Howdy, folks. Welcome to our original Fallout campaign. I am Joe Truff, the GM for most games here at Alberon RPG. And joining me are my friends, Matt, Alana, Olive, Kara, Vincent, and Hannah. It's so much harder when you guys aren't in the normal order. We are going to be playing Fallout. As you could probably tell, we are all kind of dressed for this occasion. But before we jump into Modiphius's Fallout 2d20 system, a couple of quick announcements. First, excuse me, we have a number of different socials at Alberon RPG on Threads, on Instagram, on Blue Sky, on YouTube, right here on Twitch, where you can see lots of things that show up on our table. Right now, it is just a plethora of dice and one little vault boy. But you can see those things in much greater detail. We'll have maps, we'll have handouts, all kinds of cool stuff at Alberon RPG. Thank you, Olive, for running the social media accounts. Today, we are going to be replaying our Starfinder session from this week at 4 p.m. instead of our regular 12 p.m. slot to allow for this particular broadcast. We are also going to then be replaying our D&D game at 8 p.m. over on YouTube at Alberon RPG. We have a Patreon, which you can take part in order to obtain a number of different prizes. Is it a prize? Is it a reward?
There's a bunch of things you can get on Patreon. I've set it up so you can purchase whatever you're ready for.
There you go. So yeah, whatever you're ready for, there's all different kinds of options. And the support is really helpful. It lets us do wild stuff like this with like very practical, kind of cool little handout things. We have very cool things around here. And Patreon really helps. So please, if you are able to help, do so. I also wanted to briefly thank Monument Music and Sirenscape for their use in sounds for today. But that is all the announcements that I have. And it's time to jump in to Fallout Black Heart of Texas. Just 1 second.
It's not gonna happen.
This is the Fallout experience here.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm more on camera than
The
I thought, I'm sorry.
anticipation is killing me.
Do you want to scoot back toward me?
All right.
It's not a problem. Don't do it. I can't see.
Whoever said everything's bigger in Texas hadn't anticipated the end of the world. After the bombs fell, everything got small. The population, the life expectancy, hell, even the towns that did remain could barely be called that. 213 years ago, when the bombs hit the United States of America, just 7 miles away, a nuke hit Alabaster Sands Missile Range, in addition to Fort Worth, Dallas, and Houston, which devastated the area. El Paso and Fort Bliss were both entirely evacuated. 200 plus years does wonders, though. The adobe-hued town of Bliss now boasts 93 full-time residents, roughly an eighth the size of Diamond City in the faraway Commonwealth of Massachusetts. A general shop run by Babe Blue with a beautiful Art Deco faded. You know, I would say some of you, Babe Blue is a old blue Protectron, and a watering hole called Rose's Cantina, the last of which is where our story begins today. Through a pair of swinging wooden double doors with dozens of bits of graffiti carved with knives over years of patrons passing through, and beneath an entranceway of salvaged metal street signs is the smoky interior of Rose's Cantina. You can hear a tinny radio off in the distance playing the soft and mellow sounds of Jimmy Firelight and a baritone singing Deathclaw at the Crossroads, a song about a man who sells his soul to a shadowy Deathclaw at a crossroads somewhere in the eastern Texas hellscape. In the lower level of the saloon, a pair of tables on either side of a central walkway that leads to a short staircase of 5 steps that leads to an elevated level, where another table sit along with a long cherry wood bar that is backed by a wall of broken mirrors. The walls here are covered in faded bits of ancient photographs. Barely visible. And metal signs with depictions of cowfolk selling different products, from Sunset Sarsaparilla to Vault-Tec cattle minders. Ms. Greta, as you enter this saloon, you can see at the bottom right table a pair of new California Republic patrolmen. In khaki pants and undershirts, their khaki field jackets slung over the back of their chairs. Both of them turn and kind of eye you as you enter, very different than the surroundings here. You can see one of them, sandy hair, has a tattoo of a rattlesnake around their neck. The other one, a little shorter, a little stouter, and a bushy mustache. At the bar, you can see that there is a scavenger, and this person, as you enter, they seem to kind of eye you and look you over. They glower a little bit. And they have, as they turn and look at you, no nose. They have no left eye. And judging by the hand that's holding this glass of whiskey, at least 2 fingers are missing. But they turn and they glower at you. They puff out their chest. They put their glass down. And as you approach, you can tell they're looking to give you a hard time. As a Mr. Handy unit, you are not always welcome in the places that you go. Is there anything that you're doing to kind of offset this as you approach? You can see the table that you're supposed to go to in the back, past the bar, past this person.
So Miss Greta hovers in, she goes, "Hello, I am Miss Greta, a Mr. Handy Robot, here for all of your domestic needs. I'm not here for a fight, fellas. I'm just here to clean up."
Okay. Phenomenal. So this is going to give us our first skill check for the game.
Nice.
In Modifius's Fallout game, there is a really cool way of doing skill checks where you're not just doing like a lockpicking check or something like that. You're calling for 2 different things. This is going to be a skill and an attribute. For what it's worth for everybody here, I will give you what this is, but if there's something different that you can argue for, please feel free to try. That is absolutely one of the things that you can do here. So, Miss Greta.
Yep.
For me, please make a speech and charisma check.
Oh, wonderful. My best stats, not. Okay. So I roll and then...
You roll 2d20.
I have to get
and I'll tell you
under
right
5.
now, as you look at this person, they kind of glare at you, but they're just drinking here at the bar. They're not like looking to start a gunfight necessarily.
Okay.
This is probably like a difficulty 2 task, and that means when you roll your 2 dice, you need at least 2 successes.
Great, okay. Well, so for the record, I need to roll under a 4.
Okay.
So...
Is there anything that... Oh.
No, I'm not doing anything.
You never had a chance.
Wait, I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll.
Okay,
So, first Nuka-Cola cap.
no problem.
Point used. And I'm going to re-roll this bad boy.
Oh my god.
Alright, so that's probably crit fail.
So what was the failure? Or that was an 18 and a what?
17.
18 and a 17. That is not a critical failure, but you can tell as you say this, you look over at this person and they puff out their chest and they say, "We don't like people like you in our bar." Turn
That's
around.
because I am not a person. I'm a robot. Silly you.
He stands in your way and doesn't seem inclined to move.
Okay, well, my table is over there. If you need a lesson in etiquette, I can help you with that, sir.
He looks at you. You can see this ghoul, like almost like yellow eyes kind of regarding you up and down. And he says, "You got business here? You can pay for it. Let's see some caps." You're not
Well, usually when you go to a bar, a person would get a drink, but you seem to be starting a fight. I don't have any caps on me, so all I can offer you is this buzzsaw and this flamethrower. And she holds up her 2 arms.
Okay. So now, go ahead and make we're going to call this it's another speech and charisma.
No!
I think she should get to do melee weapons instead.
Well, I don't want to fight yet.
But just the fact that she's
You can use it to
brandishing them
intimidate.
threateningly.
I will say, you can go ahead and use melee and charisma. And this is really
Okay.
speaking to you, like brandishing these weapons and really using this intimidation tactic.
Damn it.
And don't
Okay.
forget, you can use your luck stat as your charisma if you spend, I think, 1 luck point.
Gun.
Oh, so I can use my luck point. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So I'll use another luck point.
Okay, so now you're using charisma plus, or sorry, you're using
Yeah, luck plus melee,
melee.
which is a 10.
Okay, so you just need to roll under 10
Okay.
twice.
Oh! 2 successes!
Nice.
Actually, hold on. What's your melee?
1.
Okay, never mind.
I did not put any stats into anything except for what I'm good at.
Phenomenal.
I max-minned this
You're
character.
just rolling right in
Max
and
min,
using
yes.
your worst possible stats. Still, you hold up this like buzzsaw and hold up this other one, and little flame goes off, and you can see he kind of darts back a little bit at that, and he goes, "Not worth my time." And he goes and like kind of scoots back up into the bar, and you can walk right past him. Float right past
Floats
him.
over to the table.
Can you describe what your character looks like?
Why, yes, she is a Mr. Handy robot. So she is a metal floating robot with thrusters on the bottom, 3 optical, like, eyes, and then 3, like, scary-looking robot arms, and she just floats into the bar. She's about as big as an average human, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. So no problem. You float through. You can see like a good amount of attention, especially after that little outburst. Everybody pays attention as you pass.
Not here to cause a scene. I am just here to meet up with my friends, everybody. You can relax now.
You float over one of these chairs, not truly sitting, but taking up the seat nonetheless. You can hear this, Madeline, as this occurs from outside in the street. There is a little bit of a commotion happening inside Rose's Cantina, but that's not abnormal in and of itself. And it's hard to focus on that because your eyes are drawn to the side of this building where there is a little bit of a crumbling corkboard that is decorated with a few faded pieces of paper that are affixed. For me, could you please just make a perception and intelligence check, please? Sorry, this is...
Perception plus intelligence?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gonna have to
Wait,
get
no,
used
there
to...
is no intelligence. Never mind. Right?
Yeah,
So-
no, there's an
Intelligence.
They're 2 like core stats.
Yeah.
Oh, you can add those.
What's it? That's 13. That's 2 failures.
Okay.
Use luck to reroll.
I don't want to. I don't have a lot of luck points.
So yeah, you look over and across this board, many of these things are hard to read. You can see one of the postings reads, looking for a coolant injector for a Corvega a V8, ask for Dolkov. Another, which features a colorful pin-up Nuka-Cola girl dressed in an astronaut helmet riding a bottle of Nuka-Cola, states simply, if you look like this, let's be friends. I'm tall, good looking, and I've got half my nose left. Find me on Thursdays. Gary. That's all that you really see. Nothing important or otherwise. You're not missing any details, surely. And so you can just walk on in, unless there's anything else that you want to do before you enter.
Nope.
Okay. You make your way inside. You can see all the same things, this kind of upper elevated area, a few folks sitting alongside. Most people have their attention turned just past the bar to this back table where there is a floating, very like gleaming Mr. Handy unit that is now kind of like above a chair. It almost looks like they're kind of like sitting, if such a unit could sit.
Do I know like who I'm meeting up with? Like, do I know that?
No, but they're sitting at the table you were told to meet them at.
Over here. Over here.
So she kind of like stalks over, does not say anything to the Mr. Handy. Well, no, a little nod, and then pulls out the chair and leans back and clomps her 2 cowboy boots like on top of the table and just...
Perfect. You sit right back there. It is like this dynamic where the table is split in half. One side is getting like a shaft of light from outside through a hole in the ceiling, and that is falling on this like gleaming white Mr. Handy, and then you're sitting on the shadowy side.
shadow side,
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Bob the Ghoul, as you make your way to Rose's, the invitation replaying in your mind, you pass by a somewhat chubby boy, too large cowboy hat obscuring his face, save the damaged flesh of a ghoul that drapes off their chin like dry tissue paper, flanked by 2 other boys with sunburned faces and wild hair, who talk amongst themselves, but quiet as you approach. They part to let you pass, and this ghoul with the cowboy hat kind of tips their hat politely. Here you go. You nod, and you can see one of the kids just goes, "It's going good, mister. It's a hot day out today."
Yeah, just like every day.
You can see the middle one just kind of tugs them along, and they make their way through.
Stay out of trouble now.
Okay, you say that, no problem. Can you, for me, make a perception and We're gonna call this a survival check.
Okay, perception and survival.
Yeah.
Okay, so... 1...
Don't forget, you can, we don't have any action points, but you could feed Joe action points if you want to buy more dice.
I'm probably good, right? Because I've got good perception and survival.
These are the tutorial rolls.
You have died.
Whoa! These are great D&D rolls.
Oh my gosh.
Why
can't we have these?
All right, so I guess I gotta roll luck now. I guess.
You don't have
Use a
to.
luck point to re-roll one of them.
But you don't have to.
What's the difficulty?
In the first 10 minutes of this
What's
game.
the difficulty?
So it's gonna be your
The
survival.
difficulty of this is a difficulty 2 task.
Yeah, so if you spend a luck point, you'd have to roll a critical to even succeed. Unless you want to spend 2 luck points and you roll 2 dice, so...
I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah, sure. Go for
No, I don't want to roll.
Okay.
I'll roll 1.
it. Okay.
Fuck it.
You're leaning all the
One
way out of
reminder
frame
for
there, my
all
guy.
of you. If you have a tagged skill, any success counts as 2 successes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So worth knowing.
Only if you
are-
roll equal or below to the tag skill, right?
Any success.
No, any success.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can double check if you want. That would be helpful, but I'm pretty sure.
I will then use my luck for 1 more.
Yeah. Oh, that was only criticals.
You only roll 1, Chloe.
I know. I'm just
Because there's a lot of ways to regain or to gain action points. It's shocking that you guys
Oh,
haven't yet.
there we
Success!
There we go.
What did you roll? 4.
We're getting our D&D rolls
So
out
a
of the way.
4 is absolutely 2 successes. You meet the level, and as this little kind of cowboy pulls the other 2 aside, you recognize that in that moment, while the 2 part, the one in the middle didn't quite get away so far from you as to allow you through. They almost certainly reached into your pockets and tried to pull something out.
Did they get anything?
With that check, no. So you make your way over to Rose's Cantina, kind of glaring back as these kids sort of laugh and make their way into an alleyway. Is there anything that you do before you enter?
No, I think I've been here before.
Yeah, no problem. You make your way in, you open up, you see the familiar sort of sights around you. You can smell stale beer and cigarettes, and you can see in the far table, the Ghoul Baron's personal table, there is a Mr. Handy unit and a very glowering looking individual kind of off and in the corner. You see a ghoul enter and then fix their tie, which is like half burned off, I imagine. And no problem, you make your way over.
Yeah. So for the skills, it's tag skill. If you roll equals or less than your skill rating,
Ah,
then
good
it's
to
a
know.
critical
Good to know.
success,
Excellent.
which is as opposed to just having to roll a 1.
Yeah. Good. Okay, good to know. So
Oh, I see.
basically the way that works, so tag skills increase the crit range. Cool. We're learning.
That does make sense.
You enter, you make your way back to the back table. Peggy, for
Yeah.
you, it was a short walk, as you own and operate a store right here in Bliss. This means the few folks that you see out on the street know you, and you know the names associated with these faces. The gaunt cheekbones and unfortunately named Malcontente, whose wife passed away the year prior. The tan skin of Lisa Martin with faint radiation and sunburns, giving her tired eyes a warm glow. And then you see him. Louis Cicillo, the tall man with clean-cut hair and neatly shaven face who maintains Bliss's lone, only somewhat irradiated well, and the man who owes you 25 caps, since he sold you a box of half-charged fusion cells. They are making their way into the Rose's Cantina, and you know there's no fighting allowed in Rose's. Are you doing anything before he enters?
Hey, Louis!
And you can see he goes like this and just starts to enter.
I know you hear me, son. Get over here.
Okay, for me, we're gonna call this a speech and charisma check.
Cranky grandma check.
All right. So I have to add my speech to my charisma to get my total number that I need to hit. Yes.
Yeah.
Roll under, yeah.
Roll hit
Yeah.
meet or hit under. And what's the difficulty?
This is a difficulty 3 task.
Oh.
You caught them right when they're trying to run into home base here.
Well, I have a single success.
Okay. Are you doing anything to modify that?
No.
No? You can also, in this instance, you imagine if you really used your grandma voice, you could probably get him to freeze in his tracks or maybe even just pay you back right here, right now. You could succeed at a cost.
Peggy looks down at Backup. Go get him. Just get him before he enters. Go! And sends Backup to go get him.
Okay. Can you describe your character and Backup, please?
So Peggy is on the shorter and the leaner side of things. She's seen some shit. Peggy's got some nice irradiatedly tan skin. It's flaky in patches. She's got her mechanics goggles on. She always has her tool belt, which has a lot of different pockets. It's essentially a cargo tool belt, in addition to the cargo shorts and the, in this case, black because it's so dirty, tank top. She's also got basically just a Batman's level of stuff in her cargo tool belt at all times, and a mechanical peg leg that she did up herself.
Yeah.
Backup is a scrawny looking mix that he may be part coyote, part dog, part whatever the fuck just happened to be wandering around the wasteland. I don't know. And Peggy's grandma.
No problem. So you're going to send Backup to rush in and grab them?
Yeah.
Okay. So Backup just rushes forwards. They leap and bound, and when you succeed at a cost, you can see Louis Oscillo. They look at you. They are shocked that you were sending this dog after, and they say, "Just take the caps!" And they throw a handful of caps out on the street, ting, 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 down, and they book it. They run and they make their way straight out of town. And you get the sense that Louis Oscillo will not be seen again for some time.
Can
Well, shit.
everybody dive for the fucking caps?
Yeah,
picking up
it's
the
outside.
Yeah.
There are 23 caps right there on the ground.
God damn it.
But no problem. Wonder what that cost was.
I don't know, don't care. I got my caps.
There you go.
2 caps.
You make your way into Rose's
Just gonna
canteen,
go tell people.
and you can see up at the back table a gleaming white Mr. Handy unit. You can see, Madeline, can you describe your character?
Yeah, so she's wearing a leather chest piece with a leather jacket over it. She is wearing a ball cap with glasses, my favorite equipment piece from New Vegas. And she's got, now that she's sitting, she's holding a long gun, but it's across her lap. With the, her, and she's kind of filthy, but her hands are clean, so she's making an effort. And she's got a very sour look on her face, or at least that you can see behind the aviator glasses. And her cowboy boots 100% have spurs on them, so you can see them propped up, and you think she probably does a jingle jangle when she walks.
Absolutely. And those two opposite sides of the table, right in the middle. Bob the Ghoul, can you describe how you look?
So basically,
Like that.
pretty well dressed ghoul
The hat's killing me.
with a ratty old bowler cap, kind of busted up jacket, but it looks like he's got a suitcase, but pretty disheveled, but well kept for Wastelander. And just so nonplussed inside. You can't just the expression is just completely flat and just just that.
It's like Suzu. So you see these 3 individuals, all for the wasteland, relatively clean. And you, Peggy, this is the opposite of your sort of aesthetic.
Yep.
But that is the table that you are destined for. You just make your way over.
Peggy kind of goes over and stands over the stands over the Mr. Handy unit.
Hello there, greetings. I am here to help with all of your domestic needs. What is your name?
Got some modifications on there. That
He's got an idle animation.
I love it. It's so good. I can see the robot doing it.
that added on?
This is a relatively, I don't want to say vanilla, but a stock model Mr. Handy. You don't see anything that would indicate that it is exceptional from a factory standpoint, but like most Mr. Handy units in the Apocalypse Wasteland, there are differences to it from a base model, for sure.
Is the flamethrower just like visible?
Yeah.
There's always a little bit of a flame, like a pilot light almost, that's on. It's very unsafe.
You're looking to get rid of that one?
No, unless you have a different modification for my arm, I use it pretty often.
The base models are pretty safe most of the time. Well,
I got Spike.
You're looking at this guy who has no nose, like most of his skin is missing, and he's like, they're safe, trust me.
Her torso spins around, and you see she pulls up her third arm, and you see 2 pincers come out, and she goes, I have 2 spikes. I don't need just 1 spike, but thank you for your kind offer.
Well, if you're ever interested in selling.
You will be the first to know.
the home security models were really, really ahead of their time.
Okay. You say that out loud. You can actually see one of the NCR patrolmen who is seated up at the bar kind of like turns. They look at you and they say, oh, you know, I heard they have one of those there, Mr. Gutsy units floating around here somewhere. Been striking out at people, and you probably don't really stand a chance if you come up across it, so just be careful about that.
Mr. Gutsy's, huh?
Kind of nods.
Any good for spare parts?
Turns and he says,
Spare parts.
he turns and he says, well, if you believe the Brotherhood of Steel, they took it apart. You need to piece it back together, just bit by bit, but probably.
I don't need to put back together, just have spare bits.
Oh,
I don't think we should be taking our companions apart just yet until we know exactly why we're here.
Quest marker. So, and for those of you who are not at home, or who are at home,
those of you on the road.
Put this down, tag safe.
Not watching this in theaters.
thank you for joining us from the International Space Station. We have
for
these
your
little
service.
quest markers that, as people are getting quests, these are the different things that will have some tangible benefits within the game. Very much like Fallout, they will kind of just appear, and they're optional. Largely, they are optional. You have not received your main quest yet.
Build up on the green screen.
Now, I say this name, Mary Sue Ellen. I was like, oh, Marceline, and then I read the thing next to it. Mary Sue Ellen. You stand at the end of a long, dusty road, flanked on either side by single-storied buildings with second-story facades. You can see Rosa's Cantina at the end of the street, but for the moment, a dark stranger has issued a challenge. And they stand opposite you. Ooh. Standing before you, one hand on their hip, the other one, the cast iron pipe pistol revolver almost as large as their leg, is a dark stranger. A tumbleweed passes between you, and then he repeats himself. Hey, numbnuts, you gonna fire or what? 3 bottles, 3 shots, and I bet even I can outshoot you. Fucking cosplay son of a bitch. Want to describe the character?
That's awesome.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. Emotional damage.
So, Mary Sue Ellen is a road-worn but relatively young woman who has recently strolled into town, and upon her head is a classic cowboy hat. She's got some armor, but it's mostly just clothing at this point. But across her chest is a pipe pistol in a quick action holster, just ready to go. And as she makes eye contact with this dark stranger. She knows this is her time, and she will be out shooting this fucker.
So go ahead. You're making a competing small guns agility check. The camera kind of pans back. You and them standing facing each other, and there are 6 bottles up on this like railing. And when the tumbleweed rolls past again, you know that you're going to fire, and whoever shoots the most bottles wins. There's a lot on the line here.
There is.
You've been called
Okay.
an imposter.
How dare. So, I have a question.
Yeah.
For luck points, can you buy action points with luck points? No, right? It's only for rerolls.
Why would you want to buy an action point?
Because I may or may not have a thing that if I spend an action point, I can fire faster.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now,
Didn't really study
in
each
this
other's
moment,
character sheets.
what I would say is, if you want to quickly check your equipment, make sure everything's working in good working order, you can make a difficulty 0 check. And you could perhaps generate some action points.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Okay, so go ahead and make a difficulty 0 small guns intelligence check.
While she does that, Joe, I forgot I failed a skill that wasn't a tag skill, so you get.
Okay.
That is a critical success.
Ooh, very nice. Okay, so critical success. It's a tag skill for you, correct?
It is correct.
So the tumbleweed right through, and in the same moment, you quick draw and you fire 3 times before they can even get this pistol up. It is a cast iron revolver. They can barely lift this thing, but you pull and you fire, and these glass bottles shatter. And you can see he looks at you, gun still held up, and he looks and goes, "Hey, you just got lucky." Holsters it and just tosses 20 caps into your hand.
Excellent. So Mary's feeling smirking as she takes the caps and does one of those fancy spins with her pistol before putting them back.
No problem. And it's slick and it's smooth. And as you walk into Rose's Cantina, all of you turn to see this actual cowboy. You can see like turning the gun in. There's this like really ashamed looking individual walking away from them. As they enter, it's like right at noon and the sun just strikes and it's like the silhouette. It's the perfect Wild West entrance.
Peggy looks over at the photographs. And
Could you describe your character as you enter?
Sure. So she'll push open the 2 saloon doors and like dramatically step in. And as she does so, she makes sure to hit the creakiest of the floorboards to make sure everyone takes a look. She'll brush the brim of her cap and then slowly look around the room, making eye contact with everyone who seems to be a little bit too big for their britches.
Okay.
And then also be looking for where the table is because she has never been in here before and it's somewhere in here, I'm sure.
No problem. You kind of look around. You can see this table, like a very motley assortment of people over there. Everybody else, you can see roughly like either this ghoul who like they turn and they quickly avert their eyes when you turn and look around. Like they are not looking for trouble from you. And most people, in fact, do that. You can see the only person who really holds your eyes is the person behind the bar, a short, pale human woman with wavy black hair that extends around their shoulders. You can see they have welder goggles around. They have like a bottle of beer, but they look over at you and they kind of squint and then just slide a bottle for free across, just avoiding trouble proactively.
All right.
But you make an entrance for sure.
I will take that bottle and saunter my way over to the table of misfits and ragtags.
That
How it is.
brings us to you, Jebediahs. You get to this door, and as you walk through town, doors shut. People shutter windows. You are a super mutant, and that to many people is a little disconcerting. Windows shut, doors closed. When you make it to Rose's Cantina and open the door, there is first you stop because you feel like you feel a sense of loss. And as you approach the door, you can't help but feel like you may have missed an opportunity to gather some very important things. there was somebody who was supposed to be here, and as you push the door open and you look and you check your list, and you look back, you don't see Lewis anywhere. But aside from that, you open the doors, you can see eyes that you're pretty used to being a super mutant here. Could you describe how you look as you enter?
Sure. So, Jebediah is a super mutant, which, how tall do they stand? Probably like 8 feet tall.
Probably about 8 feet tall.
And they are big and muscular, and Jebediah in particular is a very strong looking super mutant. He's about the size of 3 large men smushed together.
What is wrong with you?
He's wearing a hat that looks like this, and a harness and a rusted shoulder pauldron, and also another piece of I think he just duct taped some metal on his arm. And he is very green.
And this very green 3 men squished together. Yeah.
And somehow he's wearing a very comfortable looking pair of sweatpants that you don't know where he would find such a thing in the wasteland.
Juice. You rolled a crit success, correct, Lana?
Yeah.
Action point for you.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice.
Can I?
Quick,
Where are we keeping him?
Well, yeah, the pool of action.
I want to walk over to the table that I was told to meet at. I'm going to say to everyone, hey, has anyone here seen a Louis Oscillo?
Does that name sound familiar at all?
No, I would say the only person who that would sound familiar with would be Peggy. As Peggy, you just chased that guy out of town.
Oh. Who's asking?
Jebediah Dark is asking.
Have I heard?
That's me.
Have I heard of Jebediah Dirk?
Yeah, you just did.
I mean, aside of
No, you haven't heard of Jebediah Dirk. You look at this individual. Super mutant's not super common in this area. Most are actually kind of looked on with fear. This individual, a little bit better spoken than most super mutants, but they tower over you, and they seek this individual that you know is nowhere to be found.
oh, no idea.
But all 6 of you now, gathered around this table, you know that there is only one person missing. And the door opens, and a muscular ghoul wielding a massive sledgehammer pushes the door aside, and they stoop down to go under this. And Jebediah, this is a ghoul, not a super mutant. They are as tall as you. They're huge. You can see they're wearing like this like denim overalls, no shirt, just like overalls, and they are jacked, but they stoop underneath the threshold. The sun casts a long shadow of the lean man that follows them. And in the same moment, there is a crackle of green lightning outside as the sky clouds over just a bit, making it seem as if this shadow expands across the room. There is a as the spurs hit the ground, and wearing black boots with silver spurs, almost all black road leathers, is the Ghoul Baron. He stands about 5'10". He's not the most imposing, but he has this gigantic ghoul next to him for that. But in the large, dark brown fur coat with a healthy coat of dust across it adds an imposing size to his build. And he wears a big black hat with a wide brim, which he takes off and raises his head to look around and then spots all of you at the table in the distance. He smiles, and he reveals almost a full mouth of teeth, which for most people in Fallout, wild, for a ghoul, unheard of.
Peggy's missing all of the bottom front teeth.
Yeah, absolutely. Though you can see, does anybody here have a perception as a tag skill?
Yeah. Well, perception is a high skill for me, but
It's
Perception's an attribute, not a skill.
Actually, sorry. I'm looking for survival.
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Oh no, I got rid of
You
that.
have survival as a tag skill. You can see that this perfect smile, there are some uneven teeth in there, and not all of them are human. So these are not natural. These are things that have been brought in or have been bought for him.
Borrowed.
Borrowed, perhaps. But you can see he smiles with this uneven smile at all of you, and he says, "Well, well, well. All 6 of you showed. Close enough as to make no difference anyhow. Be seated, and the rest of you, give us the room. And you can see like people grumble a little bit, but people get up to comply. The bartender, this woman who had offered you a beer, Alana, they kind of put a bottle on the counter and they walk into the room in the back. The Ghoul Baron walks across the space over to you. His large companion takes the bottle, and the Baron sits. The large one begins to pour each of you a glass of what smells like whiskey. The Ghoul Baron says, "Bet you all wondering why I called you here, huh?" He takes his drink and just drinks it all, and you can see parts of it come out of these holes in his actual throat, but most of it makes it down, and he slams the glass down on the counter, coughs, and he says, "It's because I'm sick and fucking tired of these smooth-skinned sons of bitches telling me what to do. I got caps on caps on caps, but do they got a seat at the table for old GB? No." He turns. And he
Fucking
points at all
smooth
of you.
skins.
He nods. His leather gloves
Your
creak
skin's
as
pretty
he
smooth
tightens
there,
his hand, and the glass actually breaks. And he says, "Fuck. Sorry. I get a little furious sometimes about injustice and all. Fucking smoothies. All right. Lean in close, everybody. What I'm about to tell y'all stays at this table. Here's the fucking deal. I got a lead on treasure. A real, honest to Adam treasure. Gold. Well, black gold. Y'all know about oil?
Heard of it?
JV, you're talking about liquid gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Haven't seen any of that.
This old ghoul's got a line on some that ain't been burned up by the yonder East Texas hellscape. Y'all are gonna go find it for me. And the Ghoul Baron is gonna make all y'all's dreams come true. How's that sound?
What do we do when we find it, GB? If it's liquid and there's lots of it.
He smiles, he whistles, and the big ghoul sets down a large mason jar. It's full of caps. And then with the other hand puts down a little tiny like electronic looking device. You've seen holotape recorders before, but you've never seen anything like this. It's circular and round, and it looks like it might fit on your wrist. But he says, "This here is a P-boy. Use it to call me once you found the treasure. We'll come and we'll make sure it's secure."
Madeline's gonna reach over and just take the Pit Boy.
No problem. He says,
You keep that safe.
"Now that's 500 caps. That's 100 each." And he's not great at that. And he says, "Take this, spend it in town, and then head on out towards the El Paso airport. My left-hand man, right-hand Sam, is going to be waiting for you in a building.
That's funny.
You'll know it by the General Atomics fridge outside. We keep things there for safe storage. He's meant to get you a ride. He'll have more details and the location of your destination when you get there." He leans back. You can see the big ghoul begins to pour him another whiskey.
So there's 500 caps in the bag,
In a mason
or
jar.
in the jar. So Madeline's gonna reach over and just start Who gets to it first?
I
So
think
you
we have
grabbed
to
it first, so
distribute
Madeline,
them.
you have it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start divvying it out as though she's dealing cards, but with the caps until everybody has an equal amount. And 500 divided by 6 is...
Oh boy.
75 is my guess.
It's your guess.
The Ghoul Baron watches you do this, and he says, "You're an equal kind, huh?
83.
All right, then." He turns, kind of nods back. Is there anything else that you were all asking him, or do you want to make your way into the settlement of Bliss?
So,
Right-o, Ghoul
Not
Baron, we'll be
nothing.
back with your oil.
You got a line on the direction we should head in?
And what's the catch?
Y'all are going to head out northeast and go towards the El Paso airport. There's a couple people with some transport options out there, and well, Sam will get you squared away.
So we are looking for a human named Sam, correct?
Yeah. Generous calling Sam a human, but yeah.
Is he a ghoul? Is he perhaps a superhuman like this ugly motherfucker over here?
Turns,
That's
looks,
not
I turn around like,
model. Who's she talking about?
It's funny. So does the Ghoul Baron. They both look over past the super mutant and then they turn. And he says, "You don't look as sorry as any of the people in here, but he ain't as tough as all of you."
Who programmed you to be so high and mighty, huh?
Ah, my former master was a pervert who played video games all day long.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Baron,
Yeah.
are we square after this job?
He looks at you and he says, "I said all your wildest dreams, didn't I?"
Okay. And she reaches out a hand to, like, shake on
He
it.
reaches out, shakes
And
his
she
hand.
does the brother!
Brother! No problem.
Well, in that case, Baron, it'll be a pleasure.
He nods. And he says, "This is going to make a huge difference across all of Texas. People won't have to be dealing with the cattle baron no more. Thank you all.
Who is that?
You know
Where
the
are you
Brahmin
from?
barons.
I've been in a basement for 10 years.
Not long
Yeah,
enough.
man.
Baron,
telling
where'd you
you.
dig this thing up?
I didn't dig this thing up. I just heard about it. There's a whole bunch of different Mr. Handy units that made their way into Texas recently. Some kind of a truck opened up.
Truck, you say?
Yeah. I heard rumors. But, sorry, what was the question?
Who's the cattle baron, or is that integral to the story?
The
at all?
Brahmin Baron. The Brahmin Baron are the folks that have all the power in Texas. All of them smooth skins. All of them have Brahmin. It's the only currency they care about. I'm rich. I got all the caps you could ever need. They still won't let me join. Fuck them.
Real injustice, JB.
Nah, it's real injustice.
That's what I get for selling old Bess.
So a Brahmin is in Fallout like a cow.
Thank
And
you,
they're
'cause I was
mutated.
like,
They
It
have
has
two
two heads.
Doesn't
heads.
answer my question.
They have multiple heads, things like
See
that.
one right there?
The Brahmin Baron are as a collective, are the evil empire. They're, you
Got
know,
it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Peggy had one and sold it off. Peggy's feel real dumb. It was
Does
probably
the
worth
Pit
the mistake
Boy
of my life.
confer all the benefits of the item of the Pit Boy in the book once I find it?
It does not.
Okay, it's just a phone.
It is basically just a phone.
Okay, cool.
Although,
Sending
perhaps
stone.
if you were to find some kind of a repair station, you may be able to do something more with them.
Got it.
Perhaps. If you have the correct components. Now, that being said, are you all making your way out and into the settlement of Bliss?
Yeah.
Before Bob leaves, he's gonna be like,
Hey, GB. Ghoul to ghoul. What kind of dangers are we looking at here? Why are you sending such a ragtag group?
Make a speech charisma check.
okay, so that's a tag skill, and when I make a barter or speech test as part of an opposed test, I may re-roll a d20. So 2.
12 and a 20.
12 and a 20, but I get to re-roll one?
Is it opposed?
Is it opposed?
This is not opposed.
Oh, then I do not re-roll one. And my speech is...
Wait, 20s?
You might wanna
Fail.
re-roll one.
Yeah, you
Probably
should
gotta
re-roll.
re-roll.
You should
Probably
use
gotta
luck to
re-roll.
get that.
We're so used to loving 20s. It's
So
really
you're gonna
tough.
take. So your goal number is gonna be your speech plus your charisma.
Yes.
So
And
that's gonna
you
be
have
what you're trying to
also
get under.
obtained your
If you got
first
under
leg of the first real quest.
Ooh.
Black
Yeah,
Rock,
so you're trying to roll
Texas is
under
the
10,
main
and
quest
then
line.
if you had rolled
Talk to Right Hand Sam in the building near
3
El
or lower
Paso
would-
Airport.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I-
Step 1, baby.
Re-roll my...
How'd we roll it?
You want to re-roll the 20,
Oh,
because
yeah.
the 20
20 is a
is,
critical
20 is the
failure.
is a complication.
I guess picking up the right one is the...
It's better than a 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
2 failures
Two
still.
failures.
But
Okay.
I can only use more luck, but I don't want to use more luck.
He says, all of them. Be careful out there, Bob.
I always am. Got me this far, I guess.
You make your way out into the settlement.
Also, I'm just going to mention, after divvying up the 83 caps to each, there were 2 left over because it was like 83 and a third. And Madeline's just going to keep those. Not sneaky or anything, just like
Accountant's
interest.
fees.
Yeah.
So you make your way out of Rose's Cantina into the settlement of Bliss, which is built in the remains of Fort Bliss, Texas. You can see the big population actually says Bliss. Population just shy of 100 with a T. Much of the original stucco and brick that has either been rebuilt or replaced with scrap iron, but there are bones of what was once home to about 10,000 people before the bombs fell. You walk out, and the first stop on your way out, should you want to stop there, is Jacques Olamaru's shop. You would know Jacques as an individual who sells all kinds of odds and ends. It's kind of like a general store. This is a place where many things just kind of cycle in and out. There's lots of clothes there. There are bits of food and things like that. Do you guys want to stop there for anything? Just a little bit past there, the other store that you'll be passing, there's 2, but one of them is closed as the merchant is with you, would be Scooter Shooters, which is a gun store.
I'm going into Scooter Shooters.
Okay.
General store here.
Yeah.
Scooters.
Raise your hand if you're going to the general store.
Which one has robot mods?
You do not know. But
Alright, so-
neither really looks like they would specialize in robot mods. It's a pretty special item.
Alright, well,
Can we go to both stores?
Yeah,
Like this?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll go to the general store first, but be like, not leaving town until I stop at that gun store.
No problem.
Same.
So as a group, you decide to go group shopping.
She
You
posed
make
for
your
a high
way to the
five.
general store first. You
Before
enter
we
in-
leave, is there like a billboard on the tavern or anything?
Yeah.
Can I
Make
read it?
No, but make a
Damn.
perception intelligence check to see if you can make the pretty pictures make sense.
There's nothing on there. I already checked.
I'm taking the beer with me, and I'm just gonna be sipping it as we walk around.
what is this, New Orleans?
What was on it?
You can mark it as a Gwyneth. As a
looked.
Gwyneth
There's nothing
Pilsner,
much
but it has
there.
a different name.
Okay.
And I'll find that for you in a second.
I guess you can look.
Joe, you said it was intelligence plus.
Plus perception.
Sorry, that was a perception plus what?
Intelligence.
Those are
those are
2 attributes.
Yeah, yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was always an attribute
It
and a skill.
generally is, but
Joe can
for
do
this,
whatever he wants.
That is true. What's the
this-
difficulty?
Technically, you can't read, so I'm trying to allow for something that will allow that to happen.
Okay. All right. Do I know what Corvager coolant or nuclear quantum are?
No.
Okay. All right then. Then I guess I'll just roll.
You look at this court
20.
card.
I get angry and I punch the tab. I punch it.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to tell you, friend, there's nothing there.
as a
You get
20,
angry.
you know what? What I will say is you see a sign of a man holding a gun, and that gun, stupid. You can see he's threatening you with it. You don't like it, you punch it.
I punch it.
And
Whoa.
I guess quest failed.
Oh,
As you destroy the quest gun for a slinger.
Oh,
Damn.
wow, you fucked.
it's 2 quests already.
So you all make your way to the general
Technically 3. Oh, never mind.
store. You haven't failed that quest, but it'll be harder to succeed on it. You make your way out into the
Teamwork.
I'm like, you guys are doing way more than any of my enemies could. You enter into the shop. It is dirty. You can see Jacques is this guy with dirty blonde hair.
What
He
you
has
talking
yellow
about? That's clean.
suspenders. The suspenders are kind of dirty to a shade of brown over a plaid shirt and tan trousers.
Yeah, it's clean.
He's missing a few teeth like everybody, but otherwise, you know that this guy, for those of you from Bliss, is a pretty charming guy who's a fan of food, drink, and other delights. You can sell things to him as well, but at the moment he turns and he just says, "Welcome to Jacques. Please have a look around.
Is his
If
na-
I can help you, just let me know."
Is his name actually Jacques?
As far as you know.
Okay.
You kind of ain't throwing knives.
He turns and he says, "Have a look around. If you see it, it is for sale."
Do I see any throwing knives?
You do not see any throwing knives.
Damn.
You can see, looking around, you actually sold these, and so this is why they're here. A tattered set of Brotherhood of Steel fatigues. You can see there is a bright orange Mal's Mechanics engineer armor set. There is a dirty gray cowl. There is a Raider armor chest piece, legs, and arms. There is a Fort Bliss U.S. Army combat helmet. And then off to the left, there is some food. You see Blamco mac and cheese. You see some Brahmin meat that is just out there wrapped up in a towel, but like on the room temperature desk. There is a couple of different cans of cram. You can see a few iguanas on a stick, just this sticky glaze kind of melted over top. There's a few ancient cans of pork and beans, each over 200 years old. And then you can see a few things of dirty water as well.
I want to buy the cowl.
Want to buy the cowl? Yeah. For that, you can see the price tag reads simply 5 caps.
I hand him over.
All right, 5 caps. You grab a dirty gray cowl that is physical 1, energy 0, and radiation 0.
Peggy's like picking through a lot of like the little junk baskets and bins that he's got.
Yeah.
Jacques, you got any mentats in?
He looks over at you. Make a, let's say a speech plus charisma.
Ouch.
You know, Peggy's real charismatic.
Yeah.
No.
Charming old lady.
I'm so charming. That if my character sheet would stop being frozen, that would be great. Have to print it off at break. There we go. All right. I know it's not going to succeed. It's fine.
This is difficulty 1.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm charismatic as fuck all.
No problem. So you go ahead. You use your charismatic as fuck all abilities.
I'm gonna spend a luck point there. I just wanna have one chance.
Give it a try.
We also have a communal.
Hey.
Yeah, don't forget about the action points.
Yeah, I don't want to
they're
use
easy
the
to come by,
ability
but we're not
action
doing so
points.
good.
That's a 3 there. There's a success.
So with that success, they look at you and they go, "Well, we are a bit short. There is many treasure hunters here, but," and he reaches under the counter and he pulls out a little tin and opens it up, and you can see there are 2 stim packs in there. And he
Oh.
says, "I was saving these for myself, but could part with each for 45 caps. It is a deal
45 caps for both, right?
for each.
For both, right?
That was 1 success for each."
45 caps. Oh.
Have a one be.
How about and
At this point, Mary Swellen's gonna saunter up and say 45.
no. Hold on there now.
Are you a friend of Peg's?
I don't know who this person is. She's just along for the ride.
55 caps for you.
Ouch.
I got me here this I got one of these in last month. I don't know if maybe we could arrange a trade. Maybe knock the price down a little bit.
Okay, so you pass over a diluted stim pack. And he says, "Okay, 60 caps for both.
Ah, there we go. See? Knew you got a good egg in you.
You pay?"
Up, hey, yeah.
All right, you can add 2 stim packs to your inventory. These are on page 165. You see he nods at you and he says, "Those are the last that I have. Everyone is looking for the Texas tuxedo."
The what?
Yeah, that thing there.
Nods.
Jax, remind me, it's been a minute and my brain's all fuzzy from this morning when I tried to make, a bit of jet fuel. What's that again?
With the Brotherhood, they lost a T60. Everyone's looking for it.
A friggin' T60.
Yeah.
Do I recognize this situation?
You don't recognize the situation. That's bad news for the Brotherhood, though.
Whoever finds that T60.
Texas tuxedo. Find the suit of T60 power armor.
Quest.
Well,
Anything
That'd
else
be
that you
pretty
were all trying to buy?
I'm going to try to get. I know, kind of like see how many people are here. I'll buy the iguanas on the stick and the dirty water. How much would that come out to?
Each iguana, 33 caps.
Each.
They're hard to come by. What was the other one?
Dirty water.
5 caps each.
So I'll definitely take the dirty water.
How many? There's 11 that are in stock.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, excellent. So I will buy. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2. There's 6 of us. We're leaving for multiple days.
I don't
through
need
Texas. True. There's 5 of us.
I can, yeah.
You would say we're 5 each.
Can you like find
5 caps
stuff
each, yeah.
like the Wanderer perk?
I will take. I'll take 10.
Okay, you take 10 waters. That's 50 caps. No problem.
I'm spare.
I will leave the iguanas, and hopefully we can
Does
not starve to death out there.
Armor as well.
You see, like, there's Raider chest piece. There's Raider armor here, yeah. There's a combat helmet as well. There's engineering armor. And then there's a set of Brotherhood of Steel fatigues.
How much for the Raider armor?
Do you want just the chest piece? Or the legs
Not
and
the
arms
chest
as well?
piece. Well, I'm pretty squishy, so
I know we all.
If you want all,
I don't
it
think
will be
Green Boy here is.
32 caps.
You all look squishy to me.
That's
What
why I
about
stay at
just
range
the-
and she pats her
not the
gun.
chest piece, everything else.
Me too. Pats
not
his
the
gun.
right arm.
Just the left arm and both legs?
Yeah,
That is strange, but that is 14 caps.
14 caps easy.
Okay, you can take a Raider leg armor and a Raider arm armor. That is physical 1, energy 1, radiation 0 for each.
What's the
Physical
end?
radiation. So 0 for each.
1 physical, 1 energy, and 0 radiation.
Okay.
Got that other arm spare there?
No, mechanically, you don't. It doesn't separate them up. There's
Damn.
only one in. Oh no, sorry. They have 3 sets of arms in stock. So yeah, they do.
How about that that helmet there?
They turn and they say, "This isn't an antique. This is a combat helmet from pre-war. 25 caps. It's a deal.
Is it a deal?
I mean, that's a pretty good deal for a combat helmet. That's physical 2, energy 2.
Jacques always cuts a good deal.
25.
And Peggy winks at
Oh,
him.
barter still? Maybe-
It's not
if you've
attractive.
got charisma,
He
maybe
kind of
barter.
goes, "Yeah,
I'd like to attempt to barter.
I am married to my work, Peggy." To
Aren't we
barter?
all?
Okay. So go ahead. What are you trying to barter this down to?
Say down to 20.
Okay, make a difficulty 1, speech charisma check.
So wouldn't it be barter charisma?
Oh, sorry, barter
Charisma, which is
Bardic
a tag
charisma.
skill 3 from
Thank you.
Yep.
Learn in this system.
We got this.
Oh, crit success!
Ooh.
That's 2 successes.
And that's your tag skill
and
too,
it's
yeah?
my tag skill.
3 successes.
That doesn't do that.
Oh, just kidding.
So, but that's an additional success beyond what you need too.
Nice.
So, in this moment, you kind of look at him. He looks at you, and he says, "You are quite swishy. You are missing all of this." Okay. For 20 caps, you receive a combat helmet.
Nice.
That has physical 2, energy 2, radiation 0 for your head.
What's the
Peg, are you buying the arms as well?
Peg'll go buy some arms.
Okay, that's just 6 caps for you.
All right.
Are there more arms?
There's 1 more set of arms.
Okay, I want that.
All right, you buy that for 6 caps.
And sorry, what is it? What's
Physical
the stats
1,
again?
energy 1, radiation 0. In the Fallout game, the armor has 3 different damage resistances because there are 3 different damage types. All right. Are
I'm
you
so
all-
sorry. Can I ask a question?
Of course.
So,
Sorry,
the
Olive, I'll get to you. You've been so patient.
the when you put armor over clothing, it takes the higher resistance of the 2 options, right? Okay, never mind then, because I've already got that.
You put them on, and they don't quite fit, so you put them back.
Oh, it doesn't stack.
It doesn't stack.
Doesn't
Oops.
stack.
Okay. Well, Peg's got an extra.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, we might be able to maybe barter them off.
Are you all... Oh, I'm sorry, Olive.
I would like to do a perception, maybe repair check
Okay.
to see if there are any robot mods or robot armor at Jox as she floats through the shelves. I'm imagining it's like a New York bodega
Yeah.
type thing, kind of like, but very much more Fallout themed. And so she's
Texas.
going through
Texas
the
So this is
bodega.
what I'll say. There is 0 need to do that. You can kind of look and kind of glance and see that there is no armor mods. If you want, you could make a difficulty 0 check to see if those are there, because you can pretty easily see The potential complication is that it will kind of look like you're looking to steal stuff.
Okay.
Because you're really, really looking into like the nooks and crannies of this place.
You're also doing this.
Well, those are like
Yeah,
optical
no, I mean,
sensors,
yeah.
like going
1,000%.
around.
I think it's very accurate.
Yes, I want to do it.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Well, perception, and then perception,
Straight
and
perception?
then what else?
I'm going to say, because this is going to be a perception, we'll call it repair.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one of my tagged skills. So we're okay. That is 1 success. I want to use one of these caps to add another dice. Yes, that's action point. I can use it to add a bonus d20.
You can.
So
You've already succeeded for what it's worth.
I know, but I want to succeed.
She wants more.
Okay.
succeeding more just gives us more action points.
Right.
So then you
I'm
just-
gonna
You would just give it back.
Which is what you're spending.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So you just recycle that action point, no problem.
Launder it real quick.
A lot of
Well, what if I,
action point
Make
arbitrage.
sure that we have untraceable.
Hawk looks at you as you do this, and he says, I can tell you are looking for something. What is this theme?
as you can see, I am a Mr. Handy Robot. I am looking for better armor or better robot modules because I live here on the surface now and I need to protect myself and my friends.
You will not find any of that here. You might find some in a vault. You might find some in Sonora. You might find some in Austin, but not here.
Well, thank you. You have been so helpful, Jacques.
They nod. Anybody else?
Oh!
Jacques.
Is that pork and beans?
Very,
My favorite.
very surprised. And he just goes, yes, it is.
Oh, how much for 2 cans?
20 caps.
I give him 20 caps, and I take the 2 cans.
How will they open does not matter.
Oh, I usually just eat the can too.
It's an Uncrustable.
Once the group kind of is leaving, Madeline, who has found a chair and has been sort of methodically taking the spurs off her boots,
Sure.
sidles up and kind of, while no one really is paying attention to her anymore, she goes, "You got any bobby pins, friend?"
He looks at you and he says, do I look like the sort that would have that sort of theme?
Well,
yes,
I
I have 3, of course.
How much for those 3?
He reaches under the counter and he pulls these out and he says, 9 caps.
9 caps. Do I, as a person who regularly uses bobby pins, do I know whether that
It's a
is?
little expensive.
Well, I'm lousy at bartering, so I'm just gonna be like, friend, I know that is a bit rich, but I'm gonna pay it because you've been so friendly. And she's gonna pass over the 9 caps.
Okay, you pass over the 9 caps, no problem.
9 caps.
He says, you know, you look like somebody who has seen a fighter too. Yes?
Sure.
If you are looking for something that will help you a bit more, I've heard that a very large explosive weapon has gone missing.
That's so.
Yes.
Go on.
Does Peggy hear this?
Make a... No, this
No,
is...
I
you guys have all
purposefully
left.
waited until
damn.
everyone was gone.
Damn. Okay.
He
I'm in
leans
scooters
in
already.
And he says, I have heard the Brotherhood of Steel, they have lost more than just a power armor.
Those idiots.
I've heard they lost a fat man.
You got a line on the whereabouts of that fat man?
All I know is they lost it somewhere along the highway.
Interesting. Thank you for the tip, friend. That more than makes up for the high price of the bobby pins.
Just kind of rattles the caps around and says, thank you for the caps.
And she turns to leave. Does Peggy have, does she look like someone who specifically likes explosives? Like, does she have stuff hanging off her belt that looks
She
like...
literally is missing several fingers and her leg, and you can see, from the scarring around it, explosive damage. You can see The radiation is partially from the wasteland, partially from likely an explosion that has happened somewhat recently.
Okay.
They're like when you saw them for the first time, they were still ever so faintly actively smoking. So yes, they seem like they are into explosives.
The tips of her hair are like singed. She's missing eyebrows.
Yeah.
So Madeline will, as they walk to the next door, she'll sidle up to Peggy and just kind of pass on that,
You know, Peggy,
Yeah.
you look like a lady who might enjoy using a fat man or a mini nuke.
I might.
There's one out there that we might come across. We'll keep an eye out for it.
Don't tell too many people. That's valuable shit.
I literally just told one person.
Great.
Okay.
We gotta kill that person.
Peggy just true Fallout style. Make your way down the street to an old restaurant with loads of wood paneling and hardwood floors and ceilings. A gigantic welded S has been added to a damaged sign of neon that no longer works. That has shifted the signage to read "Shooters." You can see the individual who is behind the actual door. An individual named Scooter is an older man with a dark mullet, sort of beige skin, and a warm undertones. He has a little bit of an underbite as well. And you can see he is wearing a set of raider armor that has been reinforced through boiling of the leather. And he also wears, matching yours, Bob, a Fort Bliss combat helmet. But as you enter, he says, "Oh, welcome all y'all to Scooter Shooters.
Scooter!
Peggy!
How you doing?
Oh, you know, life sucks.
Yeah, how them baseball grenades I made you move last week?
Oh, I mean, they moved pretty good. Guy blew his arm off, though. That's his fault. Really.
I mean, you gotta let it and then throw it. You don't just hold on that.
First time. Now he's got no arms.
Yeah.
What you guys looking for?
I'm gonna look around for any like mods for a pipe pistol. Or
So-
any better gun than a pipe pistol, but I'm assuming the mod will be more.
When you walk in here, Mary Sue Ellen, your eyes light up because you can see there is a 44 pistol with a hardened receiver just like right behind the counter. You can see there is like a whole box of 44 Magnum ammo. There is a couple of different 10mm pistols, one of which has a reflex sight. You can see a double-barreled shotgun, another one with a sawed-off barrel. You can see a submachine gun with a full stock that is definitely like pre-war full stock. They even have in this shop a pair of laser guns, one of which has a beam focuser. And then there's just a couple combat knives and ammo for all this stuff as well.
Any long guns?
You would see the closest thing to a long gun here is the laser gun or the submachine gun. You're not seeing a whole lot of rifles or things of that nature.
Or like rifle mods?
No rifle mods.
She is salivating a little bit at that scope, though.
The laser gun would be an int weapon.
Correct.
Yeah. That's
Energy weapon.
That's perception.
so there's a Magnum and some 10 mils.
There is a 44 Magnum with a hardened receiver, and then there's a 10mm pistol with a reflex sight, and then a stock 10mm pistol.
Okay. So I'm gonna look. Mary Sudan's gonna look at those three and just see what the price ranges are.
Yeah. So the guy kind of like waddles over to you, and he says, "You got a good eye. You got 4-4 right there. Call her Godzilla. 119 caps. Has a hardened receiver. Won't find many of these around here." The 10mm pistol with the reflex sight, he tells you, is 64 caps, and the regular 10mm pistol is 50 caps.
Okay. So she's definitely eyeing the 44, but she is a little short from buying all that water for everyone.
Well, Madeline's gonna sidle up next to you because she also loves guns. And if she sees you looking at the 44, how much was it? 119?
It's 119. I have 83 caps right
Okay.
now.
So
together.
she's gonna be like, how much for just that scope on the pistol?
Well, hey now.
You want me to take it off?
No, you don't want to take that off. Scooter, I got some rail spikes that I just finished smelting down. I've got like 35 of them.
Yeah.
You think we could add in a little trade there, knock some of the costs down for these fine folks?
What, you got spikes?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You want to pay for them?
Spikes. You want spikes?
I can use some spikes on it. He picks out
I got a lot of stuff.
a huge 4x8 plank of wood.
Y'all are a very confusing bunch of people.
That's not a spike there, friend. That there's a piece of wood.
No, I
It's flat.
could put the spikes on it. I've seen some of my other super mutant brothers use it.
We can find something similar.
Listen, Peg, I got old Bessie here. My rifle. I'm not in need of a pistol, but I do. The scope would look real nice on my rifle. That's why I'm asking for how much for just the scope. But
Well, that's fine. You want to sweeten the deal, though. You got some spikes.
well,
Same offer to you, Mary
Maybe
Sal.
friend Mary Sue might need to sweeten the deal.
Listen. And then she like leans over to Peg and's like, listen, I got 8 of 3 caps, but that 44 right there would be real nice.
I got 3 caps.
Awesome.
And spikes will do you.
You need caps?
Now, I'm not just giving this away for free, you know.
Oh,
This here's on credit.
I understand. I just bought some water for everyone. They'll be shared. Also,
It'll come from your tab.
I'll do much better if I got a gun that won't jam.
Very true. Very
Perhaps
true.
you could trade your own gun for a little discount as
A
well.
pipe pistol. She kind of like pulls it out and compares it to like the 44, and I'm like, I don't think this is gonna get too
friend,
much.
how you been getting by with that?
Listen,
Anyway, Scooter, what you say?
What?
Railway spikes here?
Oh, yeah.
I'd be willing to trade in the pistol and the 38 I have as well. The 38 ammo.
You mean spoon? He points at your, like, the pipe pistol,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, with the spikes and the pipe pistol, I could probably do 8 credits.
All right, I'll take it.
I have 3 caps left, and I'm very happy.
Yeah. You can add a 44 pistol with a hardened receiver to your inventory.
So
Now, Scooter, about the scope. That reflex scope there, would you be willing to part with it?
Well, yeah, I'm a store.
How much you want for just the scope, friend?
Well, for just the scope, I mean, maybe 34 credits, but it's the labor too, you know.
Well, how much would... And listen, if you'd be willing to sell me the scope, remove it from that pistol, and install it here on old Bessie, what would the cost be for that?
Make a barter and charisma check.
Oh dear. I worry that I'm playing her as more charismatic than she actually is.
I wish there was like an intimidate skill.
Do you want to buy
There
some? What's the difficulty?
it's the same.
What's the difficulty?
For this is probably like a difficulty 1. It's not very hard.
Like,
Okay.
You want to buy some dice? We got action point.
Yeah,
I think.
can
I
I-
think we have one more, right? Because from the success from.
I added that for the
I'm gonna spend an
Olive's
action point to
success?
buy
Okay.
one more die.
okay,
And this is, sorry, charisma barter.
charisma barter, yes.
Doofy doofy. Afraid not. Can I use a luck point to,
Reroll one of those dice. Yes, you can.
or to use
Do I
luck instead of
see-
charisma?
Do I see
You can, yes.
Okay,
the
I'm gonna do that.
floundering sails
Nice
here?
choice.
Do I see the floundering sails here?
You
Is
do,
there- Can I
yes.
assist in any way?
I would love to be
how are you
assisted.
assisting?
Well, because I'm trying to buy the beam focuser too, so I can try to do like a. Why don't I? We do this. I can
So
pay for
assisting,
the.
assisting in Fallout. Let me know. You choose a skill and an attribute combination that you want to use to assist.
Okay.
Then you roll a d20, and you add any successes to that, as long as, and this is the important part, as long as the main person has at least 1 success.
Oh, okay, so I do need to.
So you need to roll first
Yeah.
to get the success. Alright.
So if I use luck instead of charisma, then I do have 1 success.
Okay, excellent. So with that 1 success, you succeed. Are you also trying to help?
Yeah, because I want to also get my gun and stuff
All
anyway.
right. So what are you using?
So I'm
Package
going to
deal.
use my barter tag skill with charisma.
Okay, go for it.
And I think you just roll 1 dice, correct, when you're assisting?
Just 1.
Oh,
dice.
just-
yeah.
Okay. Natural
Critical success.
success.
Does that give us 2 action points?
Does indeed give you 2 action points.
And I'm going to say,
Our pool is
Oh, we are
right
pooling.
now.
How about I'll take care of swapping out the mod for you. We'll buy it.
Be
I'd
much
like to
obliged
get
if
that
you'd be
laser
able to.
gun for the beam focused one. And, well, if you're looking for some ammo or anything, I can give you that. We can cut the price down to maybe about 60 caps for the whole thing.
No. But I tell you what, you want the reflex sight, you want the laser gun with the beam focuser, that would normally be 34. God, math is hard.
That is hard.
About 140 credits, but I could do 100.
How about I throw in this bottle of bourbon here for another 20? Make it a nice 80.
I could do that.
Alright.
Goes ahead and takes the bourbon from you and passes aside this. He kind of like gives you the weapon. You have to remove it yourself, but easy enough to do, probably. This is a difficulty 0. And you're doing this, Ghoul Bob?
Yeah, it's what, repair?
This is going to be repair intelligence.
Okay. I'll do that.
Wait, you're repairing something on site?
It's not repairing, it's just removing
Taking the
this
mod
thing.
off.
Oh.
Yeah.
And does this
And
count
that's 2
for
dice.
attaching it, or is this?
Yes.
And what's the difficulty?
This is a difficulty 0.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a success.
Easy. Easy. You are able to quickly just remove the sight and attach it to the weapon that has been called Betsy. And you have added a reflex sight to your weapon.
Can we
I
get an
am
action
much
point?
obliged, thank you. And she
Can we get an action
extends
point?
a hand
You just had one
to
success.
shake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. then
On a
yes.
For difficulty 0?
People don't like touching me.
Well, sir, if you modified old Betsy perfectly, and I would say you earn that handshake fair and square.
Question.
Alright.
For the ammo.
Yep.
So I currently have a bunch of 38 ammo. Can I trade that in for some 44 instead?
Yes, you could. How much ammo do you have?
So that was my next question. So by default, I have 11 plus some dice rolls.
Okay.
So how does that work for like starting equipment for like the dice roll section of it?
So it's 11 plus you roll the dice
Yeah.
to determine how many.
Yeah. So, but it was like the
I think you just
The
roll a
D-
combat dice
the
and
combat
it's like
dice,
either
right? And
1 or
it's-
2.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I don't have these
How many
dice. So it's like gonna be 2 separate rolls because it's a 4 and a 3. So
Okay, here's the 4.
Fusion, energy cells for the laser gun?
Yeah, they have fusion cells.
So that's
They have 45
2, I
fusion
believe.
cells.
okay.
Can I swap them for some of the ammo that I have from my...
You certainly can. For
that's
these
3.
weapons that are using relatively similar ammo, it's generally 1-to-1. When you start talking about things like mini nukes, grenades,
A fusion core?
slightly fusion cores, things that are a little bit more esoteric, it is not quite the same 1-to-1.
Can I just...
How much am I paying, by the way? For sorry to interrupt.
How much you got?
Well, I reckon I can pay my share, my half.
Alright, so 40-40.
Sounds good. Thank you. we'll divvy it up 40
Is
40.
that Ghoul Bob or is it Matt? I can't tell.
All right. So I had 1638 ammo.
You can see Scooter kind of scratches the belly underneath this raider armor that he's wearing, and he just kind of says, "Anything else?"
Hello
you-
there. Oh.
Go.
Please, after you.
You got any 308 ammo?
No. Oh, I do actually now.
How much you trading in?
Wait, not 308.
38?
Just point
Yeah,
38.
I just want 308.
I got a little confused. I ain't got no 308.
Oh, that's fine, friend. What about knives? You got any knives?
I got 2 knives.
What kind?
I got a left knife and I got a right knife.
Do they look like throwing knives?
They look like combat knives.
Okay. I'm sorry. You go, and then I'll finish this.
Okay. Hello, kind scooter. I would like to purchase one of your 10mm, please.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. I have perfectly working optical sensors.
You're shiny.
Thank you.
Got 50 caps?
I do indeed. And here you go. And they just kind of shoot out.
Right through his face. Expression doesn't change the whole time. Just,
Thank you.
no problem.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Just let it
Yeah, basically, no problem. You can add a 10mm pistol to your inventory.
Can I? So I'm trading in my 38. I have 16.
Okay, then you can get 1644 magic
Okay.
ammo.
Awesome. Excellent.
Can I see if he'll?
I got a machete here. I'd much rather have either left knife or right knife. Can we do a trade?
I suppose we've been doing a lot of business today. Takes one of the combat knives and just hands it over to you.
And I give him my machete.
All right, he takes it and he tries to put it in the same like holster, and it doesn't fit. And he tries it like 2 or 3 times, but then just leans it against the counter.
Anything else?
After the whole, oh, I'm so sorry, it's right there. After the whole 44 transaction happens,
Yeah.
Peggy would have like nodded to Scooter and headed out to her shop. Does she have a repair station at her shop?
You normally would. Your shop is on the other side of town. You guys
Damn.
got to get going.
Damn.
And
Okay.
for the sake of this, yeah, you imagine that you'll find another repair station somewhere.
Never mind. Peggy's just gonna like sit outside and chew.
Okay, you chew. Just on the inside of your cheek till it bleeds. You chew.
You want some gum or something?
What?
I got gum.
You make your way out
I got
into the
dirt.
settlement of Bliss. The road to the El Paso airport will travel north-northeast out of town. You can jump on this old and broken road, and it moves out past large metal signs that once stood overhead directing cars to their destinations, but now serve as cover for the dangerous animals of the Texas landscape. You can see off to the left and right there are missionary buildings that lay in ruin. There is wreckage of a pre-war era Skylanes jetliner that is strewn in several pieces across a residential block off and to your right. In front of all of you, as you walk, the road does rise up in a little bit of a ramp that splits into several raised sections of road. These are almost like the sort of different at Logan Airport, you know how there are the different sort of like terminals? Very similar sort of like branching structure. Most of it is collapsed, but there are a few like raised lanes up. You can see that this road primarily though splits into 2 places that you could go. The first, immediately after this sort of path, you can see it rises up and up and up and goes a little bit to the west towards the airport proper. There's another one that kind of flattens out and goes down and then through a tunnel. And this tunnel you can see partially submerged in glowing water, but about 100 feet back from where the road kind of sinks into the water, you can see it pops up again and becomes a little bit more transversible. Before this, however, there is a small house the color of sand that rises up like a specter of a neighborhood that once was. Alone amongst a series of sand-covered stony hills, and outside of it and around it, there's some barrels and junk, but gleaming white, aside from the rust, is a General Atomics refrigerator. And because it is 1:30, this is where we're going to step away for a quick break, but with a visual perspective.
Oh my god, we got so much to clean.
Olive's doing her best to redline.
Yes, I have to
I think-
every game somehow.
Great job, everybody. We only shopped for half the episode.
Hey, we did a
And
good
we've only
job.
failed
We did more
2
than
quests
that.
so far.
Well, we have like 5 quests.
Huh?
Wasn't more?
No, that you managed to fail any quests in session 1.
We're
I mean, you gave someone a very it can work, but
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's fine.
actually, did we?
Ooh. Very nice.
And you can see this combat a little bit
Bridge is
here,
so well
but
done.
you can see it in much greater detail at Alberon RPG. When there's going to be a little countdown on your screen, we will be back at the end of it, but please
Stick around.
stick around. We'll see you in just a little bit.
10 minutes. Pew, 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 pew. Surface
right. We are back in our Fallout game. Thank you for sticking with us through the break if you did. If not, welcome to Blackheart of Texas, our original Fallout adventure. All right. Let me pull up our combat cam. And as a reminder, you can see what we see on our table on this camera, but you can see it in much greater detail at Alberon RPG. All of you have come to a place on your route to the El Paso airport or points nearby where a building matching the description of where you are supposed to meet Right-Hand Sam, a building that has a old refrigerator kind of sitting out front. All of you are approaching kind of from the place to the north of me, so to the towards where that little Volt boy is right there. Yeah, that's
Should
where
we
you guys
place
are
our
entering.
minis?
Please place your minis.
Oh no.
Throwing things. Yard sale.
So much larger.
Can you stick me in the back of the group, please?
I would like to be behind the back of the group.
Like farther back,
table.
Pull me off to the side.
farther
like,
back
to the,
than the lady with
to
the
the
sniper
right
rifle.
of, yeah.
It's not a sniper.
Bob's not trying to get into combat.
Like the image of you've got your energy weapon and you're like pointing. You're like, how do you use this? Pointing.
And Gunnar, I know Gunnar asked how many sessions there's going to be for this. We're planning on after today, I'm planning on between 4 and 5. We'll see where it lands, but it's an original adventure, so hard to tell right off the bat.
We might just go shopping again.
I also
so,
was not
you know.
planning on them failing 2 quests on session 1, but that's fine.
We've got like 3 more.
Was it the armor one?
At least.
We already failed the Texas tuxedo.
No, we fit. No,
we failed
there
more.
Were others
We didn't
that
even
got-
get them.
They got
This
turned
one,
in.
and then there's another
Well, technically, we can still get them by luck.
Double.
Theory.
Huh?
So for all of you, you can see this building in front of you. It is a like sandstone kind of structure, but in better shape than many others. Probably has to be maintained regularly. You can see there is like junk all around. There are little stones and bits of sand that have kind of accumulated around the door. But the door is at least relatively rust-free. It must have been used at least recently, at least regularly. What are you all doing?
Perception.
Yeah. Go ahead. And what is this perception check for?
So I am going to look for Sam.
Yeah,
I'm
left-hand
looking
Sam.
for signs of Sam or signs of human life, signs of somebody surviving near this refrigerator.
Go ahead and make a perception survival check.
Yeah.
I have
As a
unholstered
former
my gun or
employer,
whatever.
employee of General.
Said it out loud,
Ooh.
therefore
Alright.
I don't have to use my
Do I
action
see
point.
this?
You see the refrigerator?
Fridge that we're looking
Yeah,
for?
absolutely. There's an old, like, pre-war General Atomics fridge sitting out front.
Single success.
Single success. With a single success, you don't see Sam. You don't see any signs of Sam here.
I want to go closer to the refrigerator. Go
Okay.
check it out.
You make your way a little bit closer. Peggy?
Peg is looking around for any creatures
Oh.
that might come out and jump.
Make a perception survival check.
I am also doing that.
Make a perception survival check.
And I have taken my gun out, so it's ready to go.
Make a perception survival check, but it looks much cooler.
One success.
What?
You too see
Aye.
no creatures, no signs of creatures even. Relatively peaceful out here.
I
Nothing.
take out my gun and I yell out loud. Right hand Sam!
Left hand Sam.
No, it's left hand man, right hand Sam.
You're right.
I thought right hand man, left
Vincent.
Sam.
This guy is something dark.
You yell this out and it echoes from here over the overpass that is just beyond this place. A moment passes, nothing happens.
Are we in the right place?
Maybe you shouldn't
Well, the
yell.
fridge is right here.
Was I yelling?
Oh, it's okay. You kind of have one volume, don't you? That's all right, buddy. You keep going. And she slaps you on the back.
Okay. You can see your ghoul companion has crossed the distance over. Can you put the ghoul in front of the refrigerator?
I'm gonna.
Nope. Yeah.
I'll keep walking
open
forward,
it,
but staying
'cause
at the
knowing
back.
that sometimes there's crazy stuff. I've survived this long. I'm gonna like open it in case something jumps out.
No problem. You open it from the side, and nothing jumps out. It opens up. You can see like rusty old racks. There's a little bit of sand in here, and somebody at some point has thrown like old tin cans in here. But aside from that, nothing of real value that you can see. It's mostly just junk.
So
Peggy's
just way
full
down.
video game
Sorry.
scavenger mode and just going through like all the barrels.
Okay, so you're gonna make a scavenging check here.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be.
Go ahead and make a repair intelligence check.
Yeah. 2 successes with 1 critical.
Okay. And for what it's worth, this is a difficulty 4 task. You just, because there's almost nothing here. This stuff well picked through. This is on a traversed road. And so as you look through here, you can see Bob opens the door, kind of looks on the other side, closes it, kind of like you do when you're hungry at home. Bob opens it again. There's still the same stuff in there. But you look behind the refrigerator where you know that there is a compressor, and this is an uncommon component. And you find it still intact. Yes! You dig it right out. You can add an uncommon component to your inventory. Very well done.
You hear a ear-splitting squeal as Peggy and just kind of dives in and starts pulling things out.
Okay, I don't like this one bit. People are yelling. I know that you can run into those bugs or death claws at any second, so I am going to come back here and just hide myself.
Are there any signs of right-hand side anywhere?
And so
Make a sneak agility check as you go to hide. Your red-headed companion makes their way around to some bluffs and kind of sneaks into this place.
is it shadowy?
It is not shadowy. It is about 1 in the afternoon, so about as high as in the sky.
But behind the rock, even there's no shadows
Not
whatsoever.
really, no. High in the sky.
Okay, well,
Can
You do have action points.
Can she?
yeah, I'm gonna use an action point to roll 1 more because I am rolling great for Alina, but hold on.
No, it costs more.
Yeah.
It's
two
two.
for the next one.
Damn, nope.
Okay.
Is the building closed? Door closed?
The door's shut, yes.
I think Mary Sue Ellen at this point is gonna do a walk around the building, like a perimeter to see there's any there's these other shit back here, like a dumpster, peek inside the dumpster, and if she goes all the way around and nothing is nothing
Survival
happens to her.
perception check.
That's a good
You
idea.
just kind of tilt your hat to this individual who just seems to be crouching behind the bluffs for some reason.
Could I
You don't
help?
feel especially hidden. How do you want to help?
Well, as she goes to check the dumpster, I'm gonna go with her and say, "Oh, that's a good idea. That's usually where I shove the bodies when I kill them. So maybe Sam's in there." And I will like to use in a survival strength check just to help her lift the lid and move heavy stuff out of the way.
Okay, make a survival strength check. It's 1 dice.
While they're going around, I'll go up to the front and knock.
Okay,
I'm gonna get ready.
no problem. We'll get to that in a second.
This group lacks cohesion, I think.
You said survival perception?
Yes.
Okay.
And then what was your assist on the survival check?
1 success. I rolled 1 dice, 1
success.
success.
1 success. So with 2 successes, the 2 of you find something that other people have missed. As you make this full walk, first of all, for you, no problem. You walk around, you are looking through, and you get to this dumpster, and you open the dumpster. There's trash in there. It smells bad. And then Jebediah says, "This is where I hide the bodies," and lifts the entire dumpster off the ground. And beneath the dumpster, soaked into the sand, there is blood, and it's tacky. It is not dried up and emaciated. It's a little bit recent. With that check, I would say you recognize this has probably happened within the last hour or 2 hours.
Looks like someone beat us to it. And she's gonna hold up her hand with the wet blood on it.
Oh no, sweetie, that there's blood.
Right. I think someone came here first and took care of Sam for us.
If I lick the blood, would I be able to identify if it was human or non-human?
You could try. That's a difficulty 4 task right there, my guy.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that.
A lot of dirt. So
He knows dirt.
this all
Garbage
happens.
juice.
Can you put yourself and your super mutant companion over by the dumpster, because that's where you are? Yep. For you, Bob, you go up to this.
Do the same salesman tactic.
Yeah.
Knock and then off to the side.
As you approach the door opens up automatically. This sensor kind of reading it, and you can see within. This is a crowded space. There's a ton of junk that is piled around, and you see in the very far back, there's an old Nuka-Cola vending machine, cherry red, tucked into the corner. Looks a little peculiar, actually. And you can see off on the right a large multi-purpose repair station. And in this campaign, because we are on a limited number of different sessions, this can be used for a variety of purposes. For guns, for armor, for robot upgrades, perhaps.
Yes.
But more than any of that, you can see that there is a corpse that is kind of right in the middle. In fact, could you pull the top of that off?
Ooh.
Is it Bob? Or
You can see.
You're Bob.
Is it me? There is an individual who is dressed all in like these similar like leather raider armor to what the Ghoul Baron was wearing. Looks very similar to the Ghoul Baron outfit. They are a human, and you can see on top of them there is a massive leathery insect. And there is a trio of them, in fact, that are immediately like pushing into the door as you open it or as it opens. And they burst out, and they are going to get a surprise attack off as you enter in. And we are going to roll into initiative immediately. Give me just one moment to change the music here.
even though I ducked it away from
Even though
the
you
side of the
ducked away,
door.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
As usual, Matt's character is right up on the front lines.
Oh yeah, make the salesman
Yeah.
go.
It's a map thing, not a character
I
trait.
said Matt's character.
I don't know. I mean, he's a sales ghoul.
Don't
Alright, call me a so-
salesman.
Knock on
Only
the knock
smooth
on the
skinner.
front door. Excuse me, is anybody home?
Oh, ew.
I've got a great offer for you this afternoon. Great
Are you a
day.
bug? What kind of stuff do you need?
This guy's just in there. It's okay. I think I peeped it shut. So that guy's just right up in there.
Okay.
No, are those skeetos?
Skeeters.
So in this moment, as you open up the ground, there is this. As these insects, their wings beat hard. These are blood bugs. And as they rush forwards, everybody can go ahead and roll for initiative.
So how does initiative work? You roll a d20 and then add it to your initiative number?
No, so you don't.
Determined by
You have an initiative score.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's just in plus.
So roll
Sorry.
for initiative is just a
Sorry, I
flavorful
say-
way of
I say-
saying.
yeah, I say
Okay.
roll
it's
automatically.
just what yours is.
Yeah, yeah.
Perception plus agility.
Anybody sitting with an initiative of 18 or higher? Okay, 15 or higher.
17.
17 for Madeline. Anybody from 17 to 10?
12.
14.
12. So
Greta
14.
has an 11.
Okay, one second here. 14 is going to be Mary Sue Ellen. That's the longest name in the world. And 12
MSC.
is
12 is Karen me.
who is the faster of the two of you? Who has a higher?
Oh, my agility's 4.
My agility is also 4.
Hey!
All
Rock,
right.
paper, scissors.
I'm gonna say we're gonna go.
Since he opened the door, he can go before me.
There you go.
he
Bob
saw
will
him.
go first.
Feels right.
Then we will have following Bob Peg. Then all these bugs will go, and then also a little slower than the bugs. I imagine. What's your agility?
My agility is 4.
4.
I
Oh,
am a slow robot.
but faster than the bugs.
I was not made for speed.
So the way that this works out,
We can fix that.
That would be.
Madeline is starting us off. Then Mary Sue Ellen. Then Bob the Ghoul. Then Peg. Then Greta. And then all the bugs are going towards the end. What about you, our super mutant friend Jebediah?
Oh, he's not in this combat. He has not yet realized that something is afoot. I'm an 8.
Falling up to Jebediah. So, the way that combat works in Fallout, the person that initiates the combat is able to take a turn. That is the first lead blood bug of this group. They are going to rush, and this is the first time that we're doing combat, so bear with me here for just a second as I make sure I follow the steps in the appropriate order. All right. So,
Everybody put
By the way, do all 3 of them get a turn
no,
first, or
only
just one? Okay, thank
the
goodness.
One that is, the one that is rushing towards Bob the Ghoul. This flies out, and you can see it spits a glob of blood out of its proboscis right into your face, Bob. It gets into your eyes, and then you feel it hum towards you as it tries to use the proboscis to make an attack. This is a body melee attack. Okay, just one moment here.
So that's my
Is the what's your defense? 1?
it's 1 plus my DR, right? For
If he hits.
physical.
That is going to be a 7.
Uh,
So is a 7 higher than your defense score?
I don't think that's how it works. I think the creature should have a target
It
number.
does. So body plus melee is 7.
Uh huh.
So 7 is the what is your? You should have a defense score. 1. So that is higher than your defense score, which means it will do damage. Correct?
No, I think so. You rolled a hit, and the number of successes you need on the roll is equal to defense. So you need to roll 2d20, and the number you're trying to hit is 7. So like every number
one
you.
success is a hit, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So sorry, I skipped a step there. I see what you're saying. So yes.
So you got 1 success.
Yeah.
You only need.
So that
1.
hits.
Yes, it hits. So that hits. Now, and this is the first time that we're doing combat, so bear with us here. They're not choosing a specific location, so that means a roll on the person kind of dice here. You guys let me
Hit
know what this
location
is.
dice. I hit him in the
Right arm.
Right arm, and so this is going to do a number of attacks to you here. Give me a second. It bites you right in the right arm. Oh, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7 points of physical damage.
Wow.
As it just pierces into
minus
you.
1 because of my.
6 damage.
Correct.
And I think that's
That
a.
is a critical hit, absolutely. That hits you in the arm, and so your arm is injured. When your arm is injured, that means, give me just 1 second to pull up my injury table here.
All right. Well, that's not good.
That's not ideal.
That's my selling hand.
That's my selling.
That's my bar in hand.
That's the hand that knocks the doors.
So for that, when that damage is healed, you will heal that injury as well. But until it is healed, that is considered injured, and all the effects apply. That is that
Bugbear.
bugs surprise round. That brings us into initiative. Yes.
I would like to spend a luck point to take my turn now.
There you go. So
Nice.
Jebediah jumps
You-
right to the top
Jebediah's
of the round.
Dirk is now alert because he sees
Go ahead,
blood.
passion one of those luck points. What are you going to do?
Alright, I'm also spending 2 action points to take another major action because
Okay.
I'm really far away.
You are very far away.
So I'm gonna spend those 2 to take 2 major actions. And I'm gonna be doing the sprint major action.
Okay. Sprint makes
And-
you move 60 feet.
Yep. So he hears something, he's gonna start moving, and then he's gonna see one of the blood bugs on Bob the Ghoul. And he's already holding his pipe rifle with the stock, so he takes aim at the bugbear, and then he nods and runs up to it and hits him with the gun.
So Mary Sue Ellen, for you from where you are, suddenly there's as your super mutant companion drops this dumpster and they pull up their weapon. You can see for this moment, as a gunslinger, they do everything right. They spread their legs apart, shoulder width. They like plant their legs, they square their shoulders, they nod, and then they run. And they rush over, still aiming the gun the whole time to the last second where they flip it up to the barrel and slam it down at this blood bug. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay.
It works.
Oh, that's the wrong die. I'll just roll that one again. So that is, what was the difficulty?
So this is a defense 2. You need 2
2.
successes.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
And this is really coming from the fact that these are small, like airborne creatures that fly and zig and zag. They're really more like maneuverable than strong.
I'll spend a luck point to re-roll one of the die, so that will be, only 1 success.
Only 1 success. With only 1 success, you are unable to deal any more damage to this creature. Though, I will say, Jebediah, as you charge forwards, if you want, you can succeed at a cost. You can slam this attack home, but you get the sense that this creature, in its panic, might get an attack against Peggy.
Damn, that's crazy, Peggy. I do it.
Right. You make that attack. Go ahead and make that attack, and if it does not kill the bug, we will resolve its...
Okay. I'm expecting it to, damage dice. So,
Right here. I put them in here.
thank you. Can you pass me 2 more?
Yeah, some of you will need all of the damage dice. And then perhaps maybe one more.
I'll just use these. I'll just take a handful.
Oh yeah, right. We got bullets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1. You rolled as a 1.
6, 7. That was just which one?
That was just that 1 star.
7, 8. All right, so that's 8. Oh, that's a miss.
That's his miss, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 damage.
6 points of damage. And where is it hitting?
In the right leg.
In the right leg with 6 points of damage. As you swing through, you can see a little bit of that is prevented by the natural exoskeleton, but not a ton. This just swings straight through. The wing distorts. There is a as the chitinous armor cracks, and there is a little of blood that escapes. They're hurt. They're hurt bad, but they are still up. Anything else?
Is it now like prone from that attack?
Does that attack knock prone?
No, just from the injury to the right leg.
No, legs don't seem to. You imagine it would be the wings that you need to hit,
Gotcha.
or arms.
Oh, that makes sense. It's flying.
Yeah. Anything else?
Let's see. No, that will be it for me today.
Alrighty, Jebediah, you have moved your turn up, so that brings us now to the top of the round, Madeline.
Okay. Is it this one that just took all this?
Yes, you can see that one like hit. There's a kind of sound from it as it moves to the side. It swerves and seems to now target the super mutant.
I need vision. All right, Madeline pulls her sunglasses down to her nose like that. It's very cool looking. And she is going to let's see. So that bug is just in the right range for her hunting rifle. So she is going to take the aim minor action, and then that is going to allow a roll of a d20, and then she is going to attack.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Attempt to test with. Okay. Sorry. So what am I?
So you're trying to get 2 successes.
2 successes. And this is the small guns plus agility.
Perception.
Oh, plus perception, yeah. It's actually agility. So
Sorry,
9
yes.
plus 3 is 12. So I've got 2 successes.
2 successes. That is exactly the number that you needed.
Yummy.
You aim at this creature, and if you had not taken the time to aim, it would be really hard to shoot over Peggy's shoulders and not also hit this massive super mutant behind. But you thread the needle.
And then can I, because I'm aiming, I can re-roll one. Can I just do that to see if I... Oh, wait, but
It might
then I
cause
would...
you to miss.
Yeah, never mind.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Okay. So then I roll
D6
for...
is equal to the weapon's attack rating.
Okay, so that's...
You can also spend AP to add damage if you wish. You can also spend additional ammo up to your fire rate for an additional D6 if you wish.
And what about the hit location?
The hit location, if you didn't call it, like if you weren't aiming for it, and that increases the DR,
Then
you roll the dice and it'll hit randomly.
So roll the die. That's a torso hit.
Nice.
Okay, so now damage. I'm not gonna spend anything to up it. I'm just going to. All right. So that what's the head do again?
Piercing for you for that
Okay.
gun.
And then 2 big ones.
So this is 5 damage plus effect, which I think for your gun is
5
piercing.
damage plus 1 piercing.
Plus 1 piercing. And so piercing would ignore DR for each one of those faces rolled. They have no DR. How much was it total?
5.
5. After you slap this bug, Jebediah, you can see it comes around and the proboscis kind of pulls back. You see blood sucking up the body and up the mouth, and it's about to squirt it at you and make this attack. And then your vision zooms in behind you. You see past Peggy, past this bluff, this redheaded stranger who just fires, and this creature explodes next to you, just sprays across your body.
Oh, is he down?
He is dead.
Okay. I was gonna ask if he was aware of me because that would have done more damage.
Not anymore. He's not aware of me.
Take him off the board.
Yeah, take him off the board.
Nice.
So, anything else, Madeline?
Nope, just really satisfied. She's gonna do that cool thing that rifles do.
No problem. You absolutely eject the cartridge.
Yeah.
You re-rack a new round. That is your turn. That brings us to Mary Sue Ellen.
All right, so just want to make sure I understand this correctly. The minor action move will be 1 ruler.
Correct. 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so I'm going to, and
And
that
you can
guy's
go prone
inside.
for free at the end if you wish.
Just the action slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to. Let's see. I don't think I can really get much out of going prone. I don't think. I could. Yeah, I could. How many action points do we have left? 2.
Yeah. Someone spent them. I don't remember who.
They're good. It's good to spend them.
It was good. You guys got rid of one of these creatures right off the bat.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a major action movement.
Okay.
So I'm going to move to here. And then I'm going to swing this way. I'm going to accidentally move Miss Greta out of the way to make sure no one's in front of me.
Smart.
Because I don't. I'll just stand in front of Miss Greta here. And then I would like to take a second major action. Actually, first I'll take the minor action, quick draw, and then I'll take a second major action to attack, but it only costs 1 action point due to my fast hands.
Yeah. So you run, absolutely. You have this 44, and this feels great in your hands. And as you draw it, it's even quicker than the pipe pistol. It is heavy, but it's not as clunky, and that makes all the difference. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, so I need. Oh, that is another tagged critical success. And
So
then
how many successes total?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
And this is an injury effect.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna just stand because I can't reach the damage die. Could you guys toss
How many?
some of those? I need 6 of them.
You'll have to toss me.
So that is 2, and then the 2. I have vicious on this gun, so that is a total of 4 damage, I
It
believe.
is a
That's 6
total of
damage.
4 damage.
Huh?
6 damage. The faces are 1 damage plus effect.
Oh, so plus effect would be 6 damage.
6 damage. This
Yeah.
creature is considered little. And so as you hit it and you cause an injury to it, it explodes. You destroy this creature as you run straight by Peggy and you run straight by Miss Greta. Right in between the two, you pull out this 44 revolver and you fire once. And this bullet just sails through and explodes the one that is behind Jebediah's. You can pull that one right off the board. Very nice.
Excellent.
Anything else, Mary Sue Ellen?
I do have a question.
Yep.
I just fired, so that is 1 ammo, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that is, in fact, how that worked, and there weren't any weird rules
Nope,
that I missed.
you can spend more ammo to add 1 more d6
Right.
for each one that you spend.
So, but I only
Up to
have
the fire rate.
yeah. So I can only do 1 because my fire rate is 1. All right, cool. I just want to make sure I have that straight before going any further.
No worries. That is your turn. That brings us to Bob.
Fuck!
Take a minor action to back the fuck up a little.
Okay.
Back the fuck up is an official minor
And
action.
then I'm going to use I believe, the rally action. Maybe?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which is charisma speech.
It's endurance, survival, or charisma speech.
Yeah. Endurance, survival,
Endurance
or
plus
charisma
survival
speech.
test. Difficulty 0.
And I'm going to do that and gain some AP.
Nice.
Hopefully
Good move.
on
Go ahead
successes.
and make that check. It is a difficulty 0 check, I believe.
Yep.
That is 1 success.
There you go.
Thank you.
3 plus.
Here, I can give you the action point reserve. You can kind of dictate those yourself.
Or it's 2 because it's a
Right.
tag skill.
Anything else,
so-
Bob?
Oh,
No, it has
Has to be under your tag.
Oh, no.
a critical success on a tag, so it has to be equal or less than the tag skill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for that to work.
So yeah, I'm just.
Yeah.
That, I believe, is it for me, right?
Alrighty. That is your turn, Bob. That brings us to Peggy. Greta, you are on deck.
well, there's a...
Like, get it!
Peggy just is like, is that inside?
It's
Okay.
like right
No, he's-
in that kind of hallway, so
Okay.
it's like flying through the
So
door right now.
Peggy doesn't really see it.
I
It's like,
backed up.
get what?
The fuck?
And Peggy just kind of like backs herself up against the edge of the refrigerator.
Okay.
And is going to ready an action to shoot it when it becomes visible.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You brace up against this refrigerator, you kneel in the tin cans, and you aim, and you are ready for this creature to round the corner. Anything else, Peggy?
That's all.
All right.
No, that's a major action too. Never mind.
That brings us to Miss Greta.
Excuse me,
She
darling.
pushes back up.
I would like to meet Sam already. And she's going to go up right in front of the door. I see there is a dirty bloodsucker here. Well, good thing I don't have any blood. And then she revs up her buzzsaw arm. Excuse me, I would like to pass. And she just goes.
Make an attack roll. Attack roll.
Blah blah blah.
You're doing a great Mr. Handy, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
All right,
It's the
buzzsaw.
perfect amount of like pleasant threatening.
Excuse me.
Melee
I
attack.
don't
So
have
melee,
blood.
strength plus melee weapon. Great. I have terrible both of those. Strength. Strength is 4 plus melee weapon 1. Wish me luck here.
You got this. You got this.
You got this.
Whoa!
This one popped out. It landed like that, but you can re-roll it. That was
Oh,
it was a
one
13.
success.
Yeah. What's your tag? Do you have a tag skill in it?
No, God no. This is one of my worst ones. I'm sorry,
So
everybody.
you bring out this buzzsaw and you swing it around.
Oh,
Clumsy
you know
with
what
the
I want to
buzzsaw.
do? I want to use a luck point to use luck as my
Attribute instead of strength.
Instead of
Strength.
strength, I want to use luck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use one of these to reroll another one because
go.
I am holding it. Okay, another success.
There you go.
So that's 2 successes.
With 2 successes, that is now a hit.
Okay.
You are able to really focus in and strike this creature, even though it is flying around. It's trapped in this hall, and that helps a little bit. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right, I need 3 hit dice.
Oh.
And I don't know what any of these mean, so someone's gonna have to help me here.
We're still all learning.
Oh,
so,
amazing.
So
Two.
2,
Ooh.
3, 4, and does your melee weapon have any effects?
No, it doesn't. It
Okay.
does not have any effects, but
Okay.
it's 1, 2, 3,
And then it's 1 damage. Plus
1
an effect.
damage,
Yeah.
and then I've got also so that's
Oh, you have piercing.
4, and then
Yeah.
plus 1 physical damage.
Yeah, so the piercing means that this one will activate piercing, so you'll get 1 more physical damage.
Yes.
If it has
If it
DR.
had DR. But these creatures do not seem to. It
Yeah.
does the full amount of damage as you
Yep.
just across. The tips of most of its legs just lop straight off. You cut all of its feet off. It just off to the side and kind of circles around. Anything else, Miss Greta?
That's everything I can do.
All
Excuse
right.
me, thank you.
That brings us to this bug. It flies straight out over Miss Greta, who it does not detect any blood from. This would trigger your attack, Peggy. So go ahead and make your
Alright.
attack roll as it rushes towards this super mutant.
The most blood.
That's
And that's agility, I think? Yeah, agility. So if it's equal to the number, is that still a success?
yes, two is a
Beautiful.
success. So go ahead and roll damage on that.
Oh, no, I have one success, not 2.
Then that is not a hit.
All right, I'm gonna spend a luck point to reroll.
There you go.
Nope.
Nope. I'll say, Peggy, you took the time to like sit and brace and wait. I will say, if you want, you can succeed at a cost.
No,
Okay. You take
no, there's a
this shot
valuable robot in the way with a flame gun that I want.
off to the left. You don't want to damage the merchandise. That is your turn, Peggy.
Yep.
All right. That is the bug. It rushes over to you, Jebediah, and it's going to just kind of dart straight into your chest. You can see like the wings, the legs all go back as it becomes like an arrow and just launches itself at you. That is going to be... that is 0 successes. And so as it forwards, it just right into your skin and goes straight off. It can't quite pierce the skin. It's like a perfect hit, but doesn't move. That is all that it can do.
Reflex it.
That brings us to Jebediah.
I already,
Go ahead,
I
take your turn.
already took my turn
That
earlier,
brings
so
us to the top of initiative, to you, Madeline.
Oh yeah.
Madeline, from where you are, this creature erupts out. You can see it is like hit once or twice by your robotic companion, but it's still flying up and it's attacking Jebediah. What are you doing?
Shoot!
There you go. Make your attack roll.
I'm gonna take the aim, minor action again. Is it aware of me?
It is not.
Okay, so that means that the difficulty is reduced by 1.
There you go.
Because it's a sneak attack.
Sneaking.
Okay.
So sneaky.
Roll the 2d20s.
Just need one success.
Hooray! That is a critical success. One critical success, please.
Very nice.
And so roll for where it hits. Left leg. Sorry, has it been hit at any spot before? Yeah,
It's not injured, no.
not injured. Okay. I'm gonna re-roll this just for fun because I can with my reflex scope.
This one's been buzzsawed a little bit.
Left leg again.
There you go. You cut even more of its leg off.
All right, and I need 6. These boys are not.
Do you have to roll a location?
You can try to call
You
it.
can call it, but that makes the difficult one higher.
Right.
These
But
are
if
the
you
heads
don't
are 1,
call it,
right?
then
1
it
plus
just
effect.
takes away damage anywhere.
Yeah.
The location becomes random if you don't.
I am.
And the location, there's different damage resistances in different locations, but it's all a central health pool for most creatures.
Yeah.
I'm going to use finesse to re-roll these damage dice. Oh yes!
Whoa.
All right, so we've got
Oh,
1, 2,
fucking
3, 4,
hard.
5, 6 damage plus piercing if that matters.
4 piercing if that matters.
4. Thank you. 4 piercing. Right. And then.
That's getting through like a sentry bot's armor.
And this also gains the vicious effect because it's a
Ooh.
sneak attack. So it just and it means for each head it gets 1
So
more
that's
damage.
yeah,
Okay,
10 damage.
So 10 damage with 4 piercing.
Damn.
Just showers.
Tell us how it happened.
Well, it's the left leg, so the left leg just vaporizes, and for some reason the bug is like, because it lost its leg.
No problem. You hit it in the left leg, and that seems to pull it like way out of whack. It to the left, to the right, and then straight into right as like the compressor, like the dying kind of machinery is whirring. It just goes straight into the compressor and is just ground up like paste, spits out into the ground. Peggy, it's cleaned the compressor for you. You can see all the rust is like scraped off. This is perfect. But for all of you, you have successfully battled the blood bugs, and as far as you can tell, this building, aside from the corpse of Sam, now lays empty, or for the most part empty.
So Madeline's gonna kind of hop over the bluff where she's been crouching and head over to the door with all of you and be like, "What the heck? Where's Sam? Is he even?" And she peeks in. She's like, "Oh,
Peggy goes inside too.
Yeah.
That was some sweet shooting there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you really know your way around a gun, friend.
But to Mary Sue Ellen, she sort of tips her cap and is likewise.
Greetings, Sam. We are here to,
He's dead.
on behalf of the Ghoul Baron. Oh,
Did no one program
This is
you?
just floating up above. It's like shriveled up, emaciated, all the blood sucked out of it. It's just skin and bone. And just
excuse
like,
me.
but like, yeah, you talk to it. They are dead. And as you kind of look at it, your companions, they're probably right.
Oh,
Is
that
there
there's
any-
damn shame. Sorry.
Can the blood bugs be harvested?
They certainly can.
What
yeah.
will that be?
So if you want to make a check on the blood bugs, you can make an endurance and survival test. This is a difficulty 0.
Oh,
Oh,
let's
I'm
get
good at
those
this.
Successes. Let's get those APs back, baby. Wow, that sucks.
I feel like dealing with that. So I'll spend a luck point to re-roll the 20. Ooh!
Much better.
20 turned into a 1.
3 successes.
3 successes. With 3 successes, you can add 3 portions of blood bug meat.
Was it a survival?
So it was.
Plus
Yes.
2 blood sacks.
Yeah.
Is it double critical because it's a tag skill?
No.
doesn't
The,
sound-
Hey,
the tag skill makes
It's
it.
Fallout? I don't know.
It just makes it more likely.
It increases the range for the critical.
But yes, you add 3 portions of blood bug meat and 2 blood sacks.
Nice.
Can I?
And we get 3 action points from that? Because it was difficulty 0.
Correct. Correct.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
You've never seen someone harvest a blood bug so
Wow,
deliciously.
You're really good at harvesting.
Peggy,
It's just taking the
Because
board
they're
and just
delicious.
taking the few pieces that are still like intact. away from-
Peggy certainly hasn't seen anyone harvest that well as she's just like at the repair desk like, whoo!
I would like to. She looks down at the dead body and she would like to obtain information using one action point about the current situation. So, how did Samuel die?
You look at this body.
Well
all of the
spent.
blood sucked straight out of it. You can see these big piercing marks in it. It looks like these bugs probably sucked Sam's
Oh, it was
clean
bugs?
dry.
Damn it.
It looks like they probably got in, they attacked Sam, and Sam was overwhelmed. He never had a chance to reach for the combat rifle that is just right on his hip.
No foul play here.
You can see in the corner with that redemption of like what happened here. Sam, this is like a little sort of supply depot for the Ghoul Baron and various kind of points. There's a locker that probably has some equipment. There's a full repair, like multi-purpose repair station that can be used to craft items here. But if you wanted to know more about this, with that spend of an action point, you get the sense that what you would probably want to do, you look down at right-hand Sam's body, and he has on his person a holotape recorder, and in it is a holotape.
She uses her pincer arm. Can I open the holotape? What's a holotape?
You just
It's
play.
like a
You just play
cassette.
it. Yeah.
Okay, and she's like, she plays.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I found this.
You press play, and it crackles, and you hear,
All right, Jim. Take these here caps and get our prospectors a ride out to that there vault in Alston. The Brotherhood got one of them swirly birds out near the airport, and I reckon you could also convince the NCR patrol due north. If our new hires get themselves roughed up, give them a stim pack from the locker, but don't go giving them all away, you hear? I'll mark the location on this here tape. I recommend dropping off on the roof, else you'll have ferals and raiders drawing on you. All right, see you when you're back, Jim. Or Sam.
Hearing that there's supplies in that there
Oh,
locker,
locker, I need
Peggy's
to
gonna
stim.
immediately rush over to that thing.
I'm going to
Everybody
take the combat
agility,
rifle.
Yeah, I want to use an action point to beat. No, I don't.
so a couple things happen. The two of you, like the two salespeople, different ends of the salespeople spectrum, rush along.
I'm already inside.
I
You
can
play the
really use
holotape.
that right
You
now.
can add to your inventory a combat rifle with reflex sights.
It already has a reflex sight.
Already has reflex sights.
I think at this point, Mary Sue Ellen is just going to be outside leaning against the door frame. Just outside of all the chaos in the room. There's like just too much happening in there.
You see me hacking
Peggy,
it up.
another burst!
You want these?
Both of you kind of fight over the
Not
locker
right
because
now.
when Peggy gets there, it's locked, and then you get over and you grab it, and it's still locked. It's a locked.
All right, how about this?
Peggy, we can.
I'll lock it. I'll unpick it, and I'll take a stem.
Wait, did you
and
did you
can
say
take
there's a
any
lock
weapons or
over there? Out of my way, I can take care of that. And
Fine,
she-
you get a single stem.
I'm-
I hear there's a stem pack in there.
All right, well, I'm just
over
gonna
time
take
lock
a
it.
stem
So
when I
go
get
ahead.
it.
And Madeline, for me, make a lockpick agility check.
You got
Like
it.
I'm dying or anything.
Oh, you're fine.
Here,
Okay,
eat one of these. You'll feel better.
We got APs left,
Yes.
Yes.
yep,
and I
take
can re-roll it, right?
You
Blood bug
can
meat.
get an
another
extra.
dice, and then you can use a
Luck point to reroll.
one of them.
But it doesn't heal.
Ability point, action point gives you an extra die.
Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna re-roll the 20 with the luck point.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is one success and one critical success, so 3 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
With 3 successes, this is just mindless work for you. You listen and watch everybody else as they go about their tasks. You hear the little ding, and you easily open this lock.
What was the difficulty?
This was a difficulty 2 lock.
So we get 1 action.
You get 1 action point. In here, you see a similar mason jar to the one that you all received from the Ghoul Baron. At a quick count, it has about 250 caps in it. There is a serrated combat knife that is kind of up in this locker. There is a frag grenade in this locker.
Woo!
There is a full set of sturdy leather armor. That's chest, legs, and arm pieces. There is a single can of pork and beans. There is a bottle of beer that matches the same one that Mary Sue Ellen has. This is a Freedom Fizz Pale Ale from St. Anthony's Brewery in San Antonio. There is 3 stim packs and a single bag of Radaway.
Peggy would snatch like all of the like chems immediately and give one to
There is also a little box, almost like an Altoids tin, no logo on it. And when you open it up, there's 4 bobby pins in there as well.
I take those.
Okay, you have 4
Ow.
bobby pins to your inventory.
Can I take the credits? I will distribute them evenly among us all. Caps. What did I say?
Credits.
Oh,
I did the
shit.
same thing. No worries.
If you actually are distributing them evenly, it's
This is not spice here.
41 and 2/3.
You
that
see
rat
her
away or
using
rat
her
X?
buzzsaw to
It's
slice
rat away.
the caps.
Oh,
No, I'm just
girl.
kidding. she
You
doesn't do that.
stick the stim pack in your arm, and I believe that does 4 healing.
And my arm is no longer debilitated.
Correct. As
So-
long as that heals over the damage that caused the injury.
You should probably save the stim pack and just
You can see as you
eat food because you'll heal.
But my arm
He's
doesn't
injured.
work right now,
Oh, okay.
so I need to use the stim pack either way. But I'm still not to full health.
It not okay. Fine. You owe me. Gives you another one.
You could also use first aid to
We could
set the
simply
injury.
rest here.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take that anyway, but I'm gonna use first aid to heal the rest
So
of
go
it.
ahead and make it first.
We also have
aid.
some water.
This is a medicine intelligence check.
I
Yeah,
assume
and it's
you want
difficulty
a
2
frag
because it's
grenade,
on
seeing
myself.
as you are an explosives
Yeah, this one right here.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh wait, I rolled.
I
Okay, so one was a
also
success
am
and one I rolled
proficient
the
in throwing
body
weapons.
die.
Yeah.
But
2 successes.
Very
you
nice.
seem like you can use it more than I.
You can heal that final hit point, and your arm returns to normal.
So each person gets, 41 caps. Has anyone grabbed the serrated combat knife?
I got no use for it.
Anybody?
Anyone need that armor? Because I'm still very squishy. You can have mine. Half off.
After coming in all bloodied, Jebediah smells the pork and beans, so he just walks to the locker, and if anyone's in the way, he just pushes them aside and grabs the can of pork and beans. Sees the
fire.
dagger,
You could
grabs
use
that too.
a lesson in
problem.
etiquette by Mrs. Greta. We don't push people. You say, "Excuse me."
You're not a person.
Y'all, Mr. Handy's
And I move the robot aside and I leave.
Listen, friend, if we're going to be a team, you got to at least pretend like the robot is a person.
No, it's okay. I will just use his body parts for currency later.
For what it's worth, after listening to the holotape, your quest also updates.
I was about to say.
And
Use the Brotherhood of Steel or NCR to obtain a ride to Austin.
with that update, in the interim between session 1 and 2, you will level up.
Excellent.
Peggy takes all of her materials and lugs everything over to the repair station
Sure.
and wants to start crafting.
Okay, what are you crafting?
Can I help too?
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
I also am a repair station.
I have a request for the repairers, but also, are you going to take the leather armor? I think you should take the leather armor. You're a bit squishy, and you seem to want to get into the mix. I'm more of a distance fighter. Maybe you should
Instinctively, you're
consider.
gonna have to start your sale at the front door.
Yeah, you should wear the armor then.
So,
If Sam had been there, it would have gotten much better than if it would.
I'm sure, I'm
blood
sure.
flies.
at this point, Mary Ellen kind of leans through the door and be like, "Are we staying here or what?"
It's gonna be a couple hours. Just gotta put some things together.
Might as well take a short rest. Do those exist in this game? I don't.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
But we can do a little bit of downtime.
Would either of you be able to make me a short scope, which is a simple, it's like basic,
It's
We look-
int repair.
yeah, but it's
I need
the
stuff.
recipe is known, is everybody knows the
I need
recipe.
materials.
Anybody got 3 common materials, and could you use this, anything from my old Betsy? You can break it down if you need materials.
So if I were to break down Old Betsy,
Yeah.
how many materials would that net me?
It depends on the check.
Cool.
Typically, that should net you a common and an uncommon material.
With the scope help?
Correct. That's the uncommon material.
I think I'd start with some materials with starting equipment.
I don't think
Do
you
you?
do.
Or
But
Well,
what's-
he's
I
a
start with
merchant,
junk.
though.
they're common, uncommon,
Find
and
a
rare
junk table.
components.
They're literally called common, uncommon, and rare.
Yeah, there's
Can
just
I-
no junk table, so I can find.
Can I look around, like, I'll be like, hold that thought. Can I look around outside? Well, I guess she already looked for, like, specifically, like, materials. It's not like I can just go out.
That was
and-
outside.
Yeah.
So if you want,
Oh,
you can
inside, okay.
absolutely make a perception survival check.
Yes, I would.
Well, Peggy, if no one has asked anything of her, she's just going to get to work on first some jet,
Okay.
which is 2 uncommon and 1 common materials and a complexity of 2.
Yeah, that's a science intelligence check. Absolutely.
Which because the complexity is like that minus the skill I have, which my science is 2, I can just succeed.
That's correct. Well,
s-
it's a difficulty 0 check.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because there are certainly mishaps that can occur from creating
Fair.
drugs.
Can I assist with this?
How are you assisting?
Seeing this?
No need.
Whoa.
3 successes.
Yeah.
1 critical.
You take a step forward, and like as you do, suddenly
One
there's
critical.
jet on the table. Peggy's real quick at this, and no problem. You can mark off those components.
When we
You
get
can add that
we
to
get
your
our
inventory.
capped
One
caps.
success on my
Pharmaceuticals
perception survival check.
I deal in
one
most
check.
pharmaceuticals, explosives, and things having to do with the chemical expedient variety.
You don't find any like junk or components that might be useful in this sort of endeavor. What you do notice is there is a Nuka-Cola refrigerator, but with a little bit of a closer inspection here and moving some of the refuse away, this is not just a Nuka-Cola refrigerator. As you touch it, the bits fall away and you hear Protectron powering up. And standing in front of you is this guy.
Oh, look at him go!
You see a Nuka-Cola promotional Protectron with an integrated refrigerator built into its chassis.
GA?
This is it's a Protectron unit, so I believe it is General Atomics, but it is you see like it has this refrigerator built into it, and it says out loud, "Enjoy a cold, refreshing Nuka-Cola. Insert 1 cap. Enjoy a cold, refreshing Nuka-Cola. Insert 1 cap." And it kind of continues just walking around like that.
Anyone want to just dismantle him? I mean, if he's got Nuka-Cola inside.
No. This is a limited edition Protectron. This is special.
All right, I'll let
I
you take.
want
it's
to
in
walk
good
up to it and
condition,
say,
too. Oh.
"Do you have Nuka Quantum?"
It turns and it says, "Collect all 3 especially marked bottles of Nuka-Cola, Nuka Quantum, and Nuka Quartz.
I would like.
Insert 1 cap."
I'm gonna put a cap in.
Put a cap
I'm a little
in.
bit confused about. Wait, what did it just say?
It said, collect all 3 especially marked bottles of Nuka-Cola, Nuka Quantum, and Nuka Quartz. Insert 1 cap. And then Bob reaches over your shoulder, or under your arm really, and just pops the cap right in.
Oh, thank you for paying for me.
This one's ooh. Yeah, I guess I'm.
Size him
Enjoy
up.
Nuka-Cola. And a glass bottle of Nuka-Cola rolls down, and then there is a message that says, "Limited selection, shutting down." And it shuts down. But there
I
is
take
a
the bottle.
single Nuka-Cola, and you can see this is an old bottle of Nuka-Cola. This is pre-war Nuka-Cola, and beyond being pre-war, this is a specially marked promotional Nuka-Cola bottle. It says on it, collect this exact same message that the Protectron said, and then it says, redeem them at any Nukatron in Texas for a special prize.
Ooh. You get a 3!
Collect him all.
While this is going on, I think Mary's Valen is just gonna keep watch outside.
Okay.
So if I need to make any rolls just to make sure there's nothing sneaking up on us while everyone's farting around inside.
Make a perception, we'll call it perception survival.
Okay.
Can I now investigate this Protectron model for like spare parts or anything notably worth salvaging from it?
In 1 second.
One.
One.
One
With a
success.
1, you don't see very much. You know that there's activity happening kind of off towards the airport, but aside from just general movement and like you hear stuff, not very much.
Okay.
For you, Bob, you know a thing or two about orbits. And you know that this one, while pretty innocuous looking, I'll tell you what. Go ahead and for me, make an intelligence. We're going to call this intelligence science.
Intelligence science. Ooh, that's good for me because that's a tag.
Two of these, but I can't.
It's a crafting material.
Alright, so that's one success with the tag skill, which makes it 2, right?
Correct.
So that's I'm gonna use a luck point, I think.
Okay.
To make
I'll tell you right now, so this is a difficulty 4 task. This is hard. You're looking at something that is pretty well sealed. This promotion was very popular, but many of the Texas teens would vandalize these things, and so you know there are things built into this to protect it. Fishing around or messing with it too much will activate a response. And though this is largely a vending machine, it is still a Protectron. It does still have claws. You see an arm laser. You know that within it, it has the capacity to self-destruct.
Yeah. I'm gonna use an action point to roll another one.
Can I help?
And then I have one success.
You're inside at the moment.
Oh, okay.
This is also inside. Yeah, how are you helping?
If it looks like he's like trying to fiddle with it, I'll just ask him if he wants me to like use my strength. Do you need me to like move anything in there? And essentially use my strength to move anything that he's not strong enough to move. Or rip off plates. I don't know.
I don't think that's gonna really help. It'll hurt as much as it helps. So.
All right, never mind then.
Good idea,
So
though.
I have 2 successes right now.
Okay.
You're taking apart the robot?
I'm re-rolling the other die, and I'm rolling another one.
so.
My action.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll
I
your-
can assist if he's taking apart the robot.
You're repairing stuff at the
Okay,
moment, right?
all right.
Yeah.
I have some questions as to whether I'll be able to get to enough material for a short
You might wanna.
Maybe have to do that again.
This
Do you
one's
have a backup
this one's a
character?
spicy. This one's a spicy
spicy.
complication.
Yeah.
We
Do you have a backup character?
blow up this building and start a
He's
flashback.
outside, thankfully.
No, he's not.
No,
he's
they're
inside.
inside.
I'm the only
Goddamn.
one outside right
The
now.
only person that will not be taking
We've got plenty of
self-destruct
action
to the
points
face.
right now.
You need to use a luck point to reroll.
Luck point to reroll.
Yeah, luck point to re-roll.
Okay.
Should I just use 2 luck points to re-roll?
I would do whatever you can to
Yeah,
try to
I'm
make
gonna
this
do
not
2
happen the way
luck
it's
points
about
to
to.
re-roll.
And then you can have
Do you want an
Sorry.
your
What's
action point to add another day.
Yeah.
It's 2 action points because he already used one, right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It may be worth it.
Yeah. That sounds worth it. I say go
You're
for
in a
it.
very confined space with a very. So when a Protectron self-destructs,
Alright, so then I get a third.
it's overloading its fusion core. It's a pretty substantial self-destruct.
So you need
I
a
need a third,
Here.
but I'll just.
it's behind your
I'll say with everything that's happening in this moment, as you initially fail, you hear Protectron self-destruct.
What are you
And
doing?
it's beginning to like go over.
Oh boy!
Oh, God.
Oh god! That's terrible.
I would like to do something if possible.
Nope. So
I eat the protector.
Well,
you hear
Bob's-
stand clear,
Bob's probably
and
head
there is
roll.
a 3, 2.
Take cover!
So in this moment, time slows down. Everybody who is inside has an opportunity to make one major action. If this action is to sprint and more than one person takes it, you're creating a bottleneck, and that will make this task a little bit more challenging. So I'm going to go around the room, and I'm going to ask, starting with the person who is responsible, what you are doing, and we'll go around from there.
Is
Bob,
there-
in this moment, you know things have gone wrong.
Is there an emergency shutoff that I can try to engage in this moment?
In this moment, if what you would like to do is not move and risk just being in here at ground zero when this blows up, you can make, this is going to be a repair intelligence check to try to shut this off.
Damn it. Of all the people to be doing that, it should be me or Peggy.
I would say actually, this is really a science intelligence check.
That's actually better. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, and before I say anything, this is a difficulty 4 task.
Use all the tabs. You're not allowed.
No, you're not allowed to use more.
I think I have to.
Nope.
No.
That's for the rest of us.
Consequences.
This is
Yeah,
like
but
my
there are
skill.
other people who in the building who can do
I'm
the
sa-
roll as well.
Not I'm saying not the action point, but the to.
Oh,
my
yeah.
action.
Oh, yes, you can do it, but
Yes.
don't use action.
Real quick, where is everyone again?
So every single person is within a roughly like 10-foot sphere, with the exception of Mary Sue Ellen, who is outside keeping watch. And you're like, wow, things are going pretty good. The danger is behind you.
The danger is literally behind you.
All right.
The call is coming from inside the house.
This is going to be a pretty important role.
Yeah, it is.
Like the other one. Are you goddamn fucking...
Oh dear.
So you sit there, you tap away at this, you are working on it, you can see the time going down, you hear 2, and you're like, oh shit, I can do it! That is your turn.
Can I use my last 2 luck points to re-roll those?
I don't believe so. Give me 1 second here. Luck.
Is this-
1 to re-roll. You can re-roll any dice that you have not spent luck to re-roll before, but I believe... So do you have 1 dice left that you haven't re-rolled yet?
No.
Both of those, because that was my major action to disarm it, right? To try to emergency shut off?
Yeah, but you used luck to re-roll them already, didn't you?
No, that was on the...
No, that was on the fail check that got us
again,
into this
so you can use one
situation.
luck
That was
per
what got
dice
us
to re-roll.
into the situation. Okay.
Fuckuation.
I have extended
The
I expended my
situation.
luck.
Thank you.
Oh, come on! Can I give me that new one? I'm trying to...
Just use your
Just use your own
just
dice.
Use your D&D dice.
No,
they
I
might
wanna
get you the result you want.
They roll high sometimes.
There we go!
Oh,
All
what
right,
did
that's
you
seven.
do?
That's a
That's
7.
4, though.
With 4 successes, just barely, you hear 1, and then there is a Projectron offline. As it shuts down, you see the core, which was glowing blue from all the seams, shuts down. The arms, cha-ching, cha-ching, the legs, cha-ching, cha-ching. And you imagine any loot is kind of sealed away, including the resistance field that was a robot model on this. But
You fuck.
you did not explode your entire party, and that, in and of itself, a little bit of a victory.
Peggy just
it's
puts her
Bob,
goggles
right?
back on. And just like,
Bob, I'm gonna kindly ask you to never do that again.
You best get your ass out of this room right now before I cut your arm off.
I ain't never set a salesman to do repair work.
Peggy says over her
It's
shoulder
a
as she
pretty
makes
difficult
drops.
model.
Hey, drugs are valuable in this here economy. I'm also making grenades.
Okay, so go ahead and make a check for your grenades. What kind? Is this frag grenades?
No.
She's giggling. Oh god.
I would love to attempt to make a pulse grenade, and before anything happens, because Peggy knows, oh, by the way, y'all, I'm about to do some work with some explosives. Y'all might want to take whatever stuff you would like to work on outside.
Oh god. Oh.
Can I, well, before you do that, can I search this room for any kind of items for myself? So, before you start crafting.
I will say, you watched as the item that was definitely for you. You know that this Protectron had a resistance field, which would have given all of your party members some resistance who stood within 30 feet of you. And you watched as it just sealed behind this Protectron. And it's good that it did, because it was about to overload and do like 7 damage dice to all of you.
No, that's too
Well,
many.
she's like, okay. And she's going to drag this Protectron robot by its collar and drag it outside then.
Okay, so you just drag this thing along. It is a brick of red metal, but you do so.
She lays it down and she's going to start uncrafting it.
What in
So
God's
you
name?
tear it apart, but as you do, you really end up doing more damage to the modules than anything. The parts have been lost.
What about like materials?
Materials have been lost.
Yeah.
No, that's what I need.
I know.
Damn.
Can
We are our own worst enemy.
Madeline's gonna follow her out. She's gonna like grab her
sorry,
rifle
Madeline. I
and
cannot help
follow
you.
her out and be like, okay, look, I got a gun, I got 2 reflex scopes. Can you do anything with any of that? So you said you got some materials.
I have none.
No, I know, but from
No, ain't no one out here been asking me to do anything over here.
There was a point where Peggy asked if anybody wanted anything. Nobody said anything, so Peggy made some
I've been
tradition.
trying to get my
you
fucking
did.
short
For the record,
scope.
She did, and then she's like, "Well, actually, hold that thought," and then walked
Right.
away.
And okay, so I follow her out, and I'm like, listen, I got old Betsy and 2 reflex scopes. Can you manage to get any materials out of that? All I want is something that'll make me a little more accurate.
Can I?
You can definitely get. You can try to get materials out of those for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and for me, Olive, make a repair intelligence check.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Can I get some D20s over here?
What's the DC?
For this,
Repair and intelligence.
this is a difficulty 2 check. The more that you succeed, the better sort of yield you might be able to get. off.
Is there a way for me to help by using my agility to hold things steady?
Yeah, I would say you can make a agility repair check for that.
Nice. Oh, that was a 5.
You only
we all
roll
saw
one.
that.
Oh, I only roll 1.
When assisting, yeah.
Okay. Can I keep this extra?
I'm gonna take them out. So
Yeah.
Okay. Luck point to re-roll one of mine so I can get up to 3 here.
Wait, do you have a tag skill? Repair?
Yeah, so it's
So
repair
that's a critical
intelligence.
success.
So one
That's
critical
2 successes
success.
right there.
Ultra
it's 3
success,
successes.
but I am gonna re-roll another dice to see if I can ultra succeed, and I did. So
I
it's 4.
failed on my
All right.
assisting.
So you get 2 action points back as part of that. You tear this thing
Nice.
apart, and you gain 3 common and 1 uncommon component.
Very nice.
And
You get everything out of this. It's like you get every little piece that you could. The glass is intact, the circuitry is intact, the little bits of copper are intact, the screws. You get everything.
And Madeline's gonna be like, if you could, thank you for breaking that down. If you could craft me a short scope and attach it to this here combat rifle, I will make it worth your while. Happy to pay you in caps.
Oh, I will accept. And she runs some numbers through her head. I don't know how many bottle caps.
Short scopes apparently cost like 14 caps to make, so
Okay, that will run you 14 caps, but because we're on the same team, 10 for you, darling.
gladly. And I'll even pay you up front, dear.
Thank you. And she takes it back to the workbench, saddles up next to you while you start crafting explosives, holocaps. Let's go.
Okay.
Thank
So
you so much. It's gonna
each of
determine
you
my
who are
level
now
too.
crafting this, grenades and scope, please make a repair intelligence check. For the
It'd be explosives.
sorry, for the explosives. Oh, sorry, yeah, you're doing explosives. My apologies. Explosives intelligence, and
It's the same.
for you, what is the complexity of pulse grenades?
Pulse grenades complexity is 5.
Okay, so I think that this is a difficulty 5 task.
Oh, is that what that means?
So complexity adds on top of the
But then my
Subtracted by
subtracted
the
by
repair
skill, which is 3.
yeah.
So it's 2, no?
Oh, so difficulty 2. Yes, sorry.
I was like, good God.
Still challenging.
Still challenging, but like, before it was impossible.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure gonna take a third die there. All right, so I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll.
Okay.
Is this your tag skill?
Yeah, but that was a 20. Yeah, there we go. That's just a failure there instead of a 20. So that is 3 successes.
Nice. Take an action point. And easy enough, you craft a pulse grenade. It's a little nerve-wracking after what just happened, but you do it.
Peggy's like ultra focused.
There's like a clicking noise, and everyone goes.
Now, Olive, if you try to craft the short scope, I'll say it one day correctly, please make a repair intelligence check. And this is difficulty 2. Sorry, I think this is difficulty 2.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
If I have all of the correct, and this is using all
Difficulty
of
one.
all the 3 uncommon. I mean,
The
the
3
3
common.
and
Yeah.
then not the 1 uncommon.
I don't believe so.
Yay!
It's just 3 comment. We ran the numbers together recently.
Amazing. Okay. 1. Wait.
So
Repair intelligence.
Yeah. So intelligence. Repair. 3 plus 8 is 11, and then a 7.
One
Okay,
success, yeah.
so 1 success.
One success, that's what you needed.
Yep.
And easy enough for you, you take apart the little glass pieces from these other scopes and you layer them on top to create a little bit more of a magnifying effect. And you have something that will certainly serve as a short scope.
There you go.
And you can attach it to the rifle, no problem.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Can I do a couple of things during downtime?
Sure.
So first, I'm just gonna grab my shovel and just dig up some dirt where blood has fallen, and just have that. And the other thing I want to do is just like while people are like doing downtime, I want to go around to all the other characters, and I'm just gonna ask, have any of y'all heard of any of these things? And show them like the lists of samples that I need to gather for dirt. And so the list says, and I can't really read it, so that's why I'm partly showing other people the list. But I need 5 samples: Louis Asillo's sample,
I don't know who that is.
Corvega coolant infused dirt sample, Nuka quantum infused dirt sample, Vault dirt, and Deathclaw dirt. And I'm gonna ask if anyone has heard of any of those.
Well, there's dirt outside.
Vault.
I got
dirt?
that.
Like a vault?
You
Or a
looking for
vault?
death
We
claw?
just got the
Anything?
Nuka-Cola sample, right?
Not quantum.
No,
It's not the right
quantum.
kind.
I only
Yeah.
have the
Quartz,
regular
right? That was the
Nuka Cola.
No, that's
So-
a special quartz ball.
It's just a regular Nuka-Cola. It's a
the
promotional
promotion.
bottle.
With a fancy bottle
I thought it was
here.
Nuka-Cola.
A vault,
Quartz
like,
promotion.
a
There's a
vault?
quartz and a quantum and a classic, and if you collect all 3, you get the prize.
Gotcha.
So
Is there ammo with the combat rifle?
There was. I believe there was 7 or 8. Not a lot.
Because we just broke down my gun. And I have the wrong kind of ammo.
There is 8 ammo for the combat gun.
Okay.
What kind of ammo does it need?
45.
So, I mean, vault dirt, I'm assuming just means dirt from a vault?
That makes sense.
I mean, we're gonna be probably running by some, especially if we're gonna be traveling a while. And we may or may not need to break into one anyway for some of the other things we've heard about. Maybe if we do so, we can just get some shoveling. But why do you need so much dirt?
It's for the doctor.
The doctor. What is it? What doctor needs dirt?
To grow his seeds, I don't know. He just tells me to go and collect the dirt.
All right.
Well, keep an eye out for your dirt.
Wait, Deathclaw dirt? A Deathclaw? Like a Deathclaw?
Do I know what a Deathclaw is?
From some blood.
Yeah, you know what a death claw is.
Yeah, we'll have to find one and then kill it and then bury it and then collect the dirt.
Oh, darling. Okay.
I don't want to have to kill a death claw.
I don't think
If you don't, it'll kill you.
Well, I don't want to have to engage with the death claw.
Now,
I mean,
if we encounter a death claw, don't go right up and knock on its door, and
Well,
certainly
again,
don't.
I was expecting Sam, the person that was supposed to open the door, not a bunch of blood flies. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm still just a little salty that you almost blew us all up.
Yeah.
oh, excuse me?
Excuse me, but
He
that
almost
was
blew
a
us all
General
up.
Atomics special model, and I was not going to blow us up.
I don't like being blown up.
And if you don't all want to be blown up again, you'll keep quiet.
Sorry, ma'am.
All right. Does anyone have a fire starting thing?
Why, of course. I have a flamethrower. And you see,
Miss Greta. Like the ceiling.
of course I do. I have this and many other amenities here to help with all of your domestic needs.
Before we go anywhere, you mind cooking up that meat Green Friend here cooked up for us? Because I ain't eating that raw.
Oh yes, of course I can help. Also, with all of that water, I can convert it into potable water for all of the humans that need drinkable water.
I
I'm
also
sorry,
have
you can do
silver
what now?
water
I have
And
a
Radix for sale.
mod that
And
is
right.
right here.
For sale.
Integrated boiler mod.
I think we all earned
So
a
I
discount,
can
didn't we?
convert dirty water
no.
to drinkable water for
That's
you.
good.
Oh, that would be mighty fine.
Mary Sue Ellen, you just bought 10
I sure
things
did.
of dirty water. That's real handy.
Yeah.
That's why they call me a Mr. Handybot. So,
Well.
let me get to cooking.
So for all of you, you kind of sit down, you take some time, you're gonna cook this meat. Very simple, it's a difficulty 0 task. Make a survival
Throw it on the ground in front of the building.
Survival intelligence check, we're going to call this. And this is difficulty 0. The only thing that you really run the risk of here is just ruining the meat.
How much of it are we cooking?
All of it, presumably.
What'd you say? Sorry. What's my check again?
Unless you want
This
some
is
rotting
a
meat.
survival intelligence check.
Great.
I mean-
Survival- oh,
You get 3
intelligence.
pieces.
I don't know what Jebediah over here eats, but he might like that.
1 success.
Easy enough. You cook up 3 of these blood bug
He seems
cuts
to
of
really
meat.
like
No
that
problem.
important things.
Now, all
That
of
will
you...
be 1 cup each, please. Just kidding.
That's phenomenal.
That is phenomenal.
December 4th draws on. An hour or so goes by as you do all these different tasks. It's getting close to like 5 in the afternoon. The sun is beginning to draw down low, and you know that the next thing that you need to do is find a ride to Austin. You've heard of 2 in the holotape, but there are 2 different options that you have nearby. To the north, the Brotherhood of Steel have what the Ghoul Baron referred to as a swirly bird, but many of you have heard of vertibirds before. These are flying ships that are capable of traversing great distances very quickly. Apparently, the New California Republic also has a base of operations somewhere nearby. This is probably through that tunnel that goes just a little bit under that irradiated water.
I'd rather avoid the Brotherhood. Bunch of idiots. Much as I hate any sort of organized military, I mean, I'd prefer to head toward the
Power
NCR.
on it. Pretty valuable.
Do you think the Brotherhood would even let us take a bird? Of all
Well, they
things?
probably wouldn't like this guy.
That's-
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Oh, Maybe I best be honest, they're
I
not gonna
think
like
you're
me
great,
much
Dirk,
either.
for what
Wow, what'd you do?
I mean, they're a bunch of idiots. I left. They raised me. I left. It's not important.
Well, that there's good enough for me. Let's, I'm not in the mood to make the Brotherhood angry at me.
I don't know if these particular Brotherhood folks would recognize me, but I just don't like them.
What'd you do?
She just said she left.
Just
Well, why'd you leave?
listen. You ever seen the Brotherhood out and
Yeah.
about?
Huh?
They love killing people when there's scientific, relics to be
Yeah,
found.
I know what their deal is.
Oh,
Well,
me too.
I was instructed to kill innocent people, and I chose not to.
So now they don't like you because they don't care about that kind of stuff.
That would be correct, Bob.
Yep, that sounds about right. Seen that before. Well,
And
With a
Sierra?
ghoul, a super mutant, and a former member of the Brotherhood of Steel, it seems as if you're heading towards the New California Republic Patrol Group.
I don't know if there's much option here. It seems to be just New California Republic or die.
Unless we get something the Brotherhood wanted, maybe if we ever find that
That's-
power armor of theirs, we'll be able
if
to
we find
barter
that
for
power
something.
armor, I've got better ideas than giving it back to them.
Alright, either way, for now, I guess NCR it is.
Better than that.
Speaking of which, Mr. Jebediah, let's see, you got some of their blood sacks. You hold
Yeah, I
on.
was gonna eat them later.
If you save them instead, I could maybe make you something that would, make shooting a little bit easier than it already is for you.
Oh. Okay. Well, you hold on to them then.
Just still bloody.
Stuff tends to break when I hold on to them.
You leave your fire and the smells of cooking and chaos behind, and you follow the more level section of road. There is a shadow that is cast across you from the scorching sun as you go underneath the overpass and towards this tunnel. But as it is 3 o'clock, and a wonderful place for us to end for today, this is the end of our session. We'll be back in 2 weeks on Sunday at noon for the next session of Fallout Black Heart of Texas. But thank you for joining us for session 1. Please stay safe. We'll see you later.
Bye.